2 days later, solar system Mars. A black vortex tore open the emptiness without warning, like space itself had been punched through. It was a miniature wormhole at first, no bigger than a ripple, but it expanded fast. Larger, wider, hungrier. In less than half a minute, it swelled into a massive, circular void. Then a white light flared from its center. The next second, the nose of a colossal spacecraft pushed through, followed by the rest of its body as it forced its way out of the wormhole and into the solar system. The ship was enormous, nearly 500 meters long, built almost entirely of metal. But it didn't look sleek or futuristic. If anything, it resembled an ancient ocean-going warship from the age of sail. Only the wood had been replaced with steel, and the hull had been fitted with weapons and strange mechanical ornamentation. At the very front stood a towering red and blue figure. A robot, roughly 10 meters tall, red and blue armor gleaming against the dark. Other robots stood behind him. Most were smaller than the red and blue leader, but still giants by human standards, 7 or 8 meters tall. Only a few were short, closer to 4 or 5 meters. A silver-gray robot stepped forward, about 7 meters in height, voice steady and precise. "We've entered the solar system, Optimus Prime. According to the intelligence we received, the Allspark is on a planet called Earth." He paused, optics narrowing. Thousands of years ago, Megatron came to Earth to search for it. He never returned. The Decepticons lost their leader, and without him they fell into internal conflict. This was Jazz, Optimus Prime's right-hand officer. Ironhide, the weapon specialist, spoke next. He was even taller than Jazz, nearly 8 meters, with a cannon longer than a small car mounted to his arm. "What's the plan, Optimus Prime?" Optimus Prime's deep voice rolled across the deck. "Someone goes to Earth first. We confirm the situation." He turned slightly, scanning the Autobots gathered behind him. "We are only the vanguard. The Decepticons already know why we're here. They may have reached Earth ahead of us." His tone hardened. "If the Allspark is truly there, we cannot allow them to take it." He stepped closer to the edge of the ship, looking toward the distant blue dot of Earth. "If the Decepticons gain the Allspark, it becomes a disaster not just for one planet, but for the entire universe. War will spread everywhere." A brief pause. "We stop them. We find the Allspark. And if we can, we bring it home." His voice grew heavier, carrying something like regret. "Cybertron fell because of this war. I want to rebuild it. With the Allspark, we may have a chance." A long, distorted sound suddenly cut through the moment. "Woo!" The noise dragged on, broken and warped, like a damaged speaker stuck between signals. Optimus Prime's head tilted slightly. "Ambulance," he said, a hint of frustration beneath the calm. "Bumblebee's voice system still isn't repaired." Ambulance spread his hands helplessly. "I don't have the right parts, and I don't have the tools to fabricate them properly. I need time. No tools, no spare components. Nothing to work with." Optimus Prime exhaled, then looked toward Bumblebee. "Bumblebee, stand up." Bumblebee rose without a word. Optimus Prime studied him for a moment. "Do you want to be our forward scout on Earth?" Bumblebee didn't speak. He simply nodded. He was built for scouting. Even without a working voice system, he could still communicate using their coded audio signals. It wouldn't stop him from doing the job. Optimus Prime nodded slowly. "Then you go." Bumblebee had experience, and more importantly, he had the strength to survive. He wasn't the strongest Autobot, but he was far above average. Young, fierce, fast, brave enough to attempt missions others wouldn't even dare. In the Cybertronian War, Bumblebee had earned his trust. In that case, Optimus Prime continued. "Take a power unit and jump to Earth. If you locate the Allspark, or if you find Decepticons, signal us immediately. We'll move in as fast as we can." Bumblebee nodded again. He retrieved a power unit from the ship, a device designed for planetary leaps. Few Autobots could fly, and those who could weren't fast enough for long distances through space. Between worlds, even close planets were still unimaginably far. Without a jump unit, it would take too long. Mars wasn't Earth's neighbor in any practical sense. Earth. Suhong's villa. Camilla was there. Daisy too. The three of them had been playing around for hours, indulging in whatever fun meant to people with too much money and too much time. Camilla had already passed out, completely drained. Daisy lasted longer, stubbornly holding on until she finally couldn't. When she collapsed, Su Hong let her rest. Then he stood up, calm and unhurried, and began putting his clothes back on. He'd waited several days for this, and now the moment had arrived. Bumblebee had landed. Su Hong already knew, because he wasn't relying on normal senses anymore. Telepathy let him use people across Earth like scattered eyes. Super hearing, supervision, and clairvoyance stitched the planet into a map he could watch whenever he wanted. The moment a Cybertronian stepped onto Earth, he would notice. The Decepticons had actually arrived yesterday, but Su Hong didn't bother reacting. Not until today. Not until Bumblebee. That was the real signal. It meant the Autobots were here, which meant the main story was about to move. And Su Hong didn't plan to stay on the sidelines. He'd had enough leisure. Now it was time to work, because the system still had plenty of items he hadn't bought, and some of them were far more expensive than even the Superman serum. If he didn't start making serious money, he wouldn't be able to afford anything later. 1 a.m., Federal Time, Nevada. A meteor tore across the night sky and slammed straight into an artificial lake. A shockwave of water exploded outward. Within a minute, something huge began to rise. A tall robot pulled itself out of the lake, water pouring off metal armor in sheets. Bumblebee. He climbed onto the bank and scanned the area, making sure no humans were nearby. Once he confirmed it was clear, he turned to leave. Then, in the next second, a round golden door appeared in front of him out of thin air. Perfectly circular, perfectly stable, like a portal carved into reality. And from within that golden doorway, a human stepped out. Bumblebee froze. Shock flashed through his optics, followed by something close to disbelief. Humans had space transmission technology like this? Cybertron had teleportation methods, sure, but what stood in front of him now looked cleaner, safer, more stable than anything he'd seen. For a moment, Bumblebee couldn't move, because this wasn't just strange. It was impossible. Bumblebee froze for less than a second. Then his systems snapped back online. But the moment he regained focus, his body lifted off the ground against his will, as if an invisible force had grabbed him by the chest and pulled him upward. Before he could struggle, a mass of metal shot through the air beside him. It didn't stay solid. Mid-flight, it softened, melted, and flowed like mercury. In Bumblebee's stunned optics, the liquid metal curved toward him, split into thin streams, and slid into gaps across his body. It merged seamlessly, like it had always belonged there. A few seconds passed. Then a soft internal chime echoed through his systems. His voice module came online. Bumblebee's head jerked slightly, as if he'd just woken up from a long silence. He could feel it, the way a human could feel breath returning after choking. Cybertronians were mechanical life, but they still sensed their own condition, every damaged circuit, every broken relay. My voice system. He stared at Su Hong, confusion and caution mixed together. You repaired it. Who are you? Su Hong didn't answer immediately. Instead, he lifted one hand. A faint flash, and a black metal object appeared in his palm, sharp at both ends, compact and heavy with presence. The instant Bumblebee saw it, his spark reacted violently. His internal energy surged like a riot. There was no way he wouldn't recognize it. Even if he'd never touched it before, every Cybertronian knew the feeling. The All-Spark, Bumblebee blurted out. In the next instant, his massive body surged forward, climbing fully out of the lake and planting himself between Su Hong and the open night, as if shielding the object by instinct. Standing upright, he loomed like a metal wall. Su Hong, at 1.9 meters, looked almost small beside him. Why is the All-Spark in your hands? Bumblebee demanded, still trying to process what he was seeing. Su Hong didn't speak. He simply tossed the object lightly upward. It spun in midair. A sharp mechanical whirring followed, like gears unfolding inside a locked box. The black piece expanded, reshaping itself in seconds, swelling into the full, massive cube. And this time it didn't fall. It hovered, suspended in the air as if gravity had forgotten it existed. At Su Hong's silent control, energy began to pour from the cube. Thick, radiant, and heavy with power, it streamed outward in a controlled surge and flowed straight toward Bumblebee. Bumblebee didn't dodge. He didn't even flinch, because he could feel it. No hostility, no trap, only pure, all-spark energy, overwhelming and sacred. To Cybertronians, it wasn't just power. It was life, renewal, evolution. The moment it entered his body, Bumblebee's systems lit up one after another. Rusted components shed their decay as if the corrosion was being peeled away from the inside. Reinforcements formed along his frame. Old stress fracture sealed. His armor looked denser, cleaner, stronger. And his body grew. More than a meter taller in seconds, pushing close to 10 meters. Even the weapons integrated into his chassis shifted and upgraded. Edges sharper, output stronger, structure refined like the metal itself had been reborn. All-spark energy didn't just heal. It evolved. With enough of it, a Cybertronian could break past their limits, rising higher and higher, even approaching the level of leaders. And it had another effect, too. It made ordinary metal tougher, more resilient, closer to something beyond its natural state. To the Transformers, it was the ultimate treasure. A miracle, a holy medicine. That was why both Autobots and Decepticons had chased it across space for centuries. It wasn't just valuable. It was destiny. Bumblebee stood there, feeling power flood through every part of him, and a realization formed with absolute certainty. Only one kind of being could control the Allspark like this. Only one kind of being could command its energy as easily as breathing. The Creator. In Cybertronian belief, the Allspark belonged to the Creator, and all Cybertronians were creations that came after beings formed from its power. No one had seen the Creator's true form, but they all shared one rule. If someone could use the Allspark perfectly, then that person was the Creator. It had to be, because even for Cybertronians, the Allspark was a divine tool. They could benefit from it, even channel it in crude ways, but true control wasn't something mortals could claim. That level of authority belonged only to a god. Bumblebee looked down at Su Hong, voice steady now, but filled with disbelief. Are you the Creator? It was phrased like a question, but it wasn't really one. Even if Su Hong denied it, Bumblebee would still believe it. Su Hong finally spoke, calm and almost amused. Don't you already know the answer? And with that, the last out inside Bumblebee collapsed. He felt a surge of relief, so strong it almost looked like joy. Because if the Creator held the Allspark, then the worst future could be avoided. The Decepticons could scheme all they wanted, but they couldn't steal what the Creator guarded. They might hate the Autobots. They might refuse to kneel to anyone. But even Decepticons were Cybertronians. Even they were descendants of the Creator. And descendants, no matter how rebellious, understood one thing deep in their spark. You don't challenge the ancestor. Not if you want to keep existing. Bumblebee's posture straightened, confidence growing. If Su Hong truly was the Creator, then the Decepticons weren't a threat anymore. Not really, because with one gesture, Su Hong could show them a simple truth. No matter how loud they barked, Uncle was still Uncle.
Hey everyone, welcome to our channel, and thank you for your support. If there's a favorite novel on the channel and you want the next part, you're just one step away. Become a Patreon member and I can make it depending on your tier. Thank you for your attention.
I know you were a Vanguard officer. Call your partners to meet me. Su Hong said directly. Bumblebee heard the words and did not refute. Instead, he began to carry out Su Hong's order respectfully. I saw his breastplate opened, revealing 2 pairs of chest lamps inside. The strong lights shined out, passed through the clouds, and came out of the Earth. Mars. Optimus Prime and others are doing pre-war repairs. Because they may have a big battle with the Decepticons next. They must be ready for the next battle. Even if their main force hasn't come yet. Even if they only have a dozen or so now. But the Autobots are never afraid of war. What's more, the leader of the Autobots, the policeman Tianju, is with them. Under the leadership of Optimus Prime, they are fearless. Those who can accompany Optimus Prime all the way from Cybertron to the Earth are the most elite fighters, and they are also the bravest fighters. Just then, they originally sensed something suddenly. It's the Hornet's signal. He's calling us. Optimus Prime, who was originally sitting, stood up immediately after realizing that it was the summoning signal from the Bumblebee. As soon as his tall figure stood up, other shape-shifting King Kongs looked over. Guys, it's time to act, install the power unit, and we're heading to Earth to support the Hornet. After Optimus Prime's order was given, the Autobots of all people began to equip power units, ready to go to Earth. On the side of the Autobots, Optimus Prime has unparalleled prestige. It's as if Megatron has unparalleled prestige over the Decepticons. Both of them have extremely strong control over their respective factions. It belongs to the kind of person that no one else can replace. Although Megatron disappeared for thousands of years, the Decepticons were also caught in a civil war for power. But after 10,000 years, their struggle still has not even a single result. Because except for Megatron, they are all in the state of you disobeying me and I disobeying you. As Megatron's second in command, Starscream has always wanted to replace Megatron and become the new leader of the Decepticons. However, among the Decepticons, many high-level Decepticons refuse to accept him. Don't listen to him at all, so that he has been unable to replace the Decepticons. Among ordinary Decepticons, his prestige is not that high. Wait until everyone equips the power unit. Optimus Prime and the others flew towards the Earth directly with the help of the power plant. As for the spaceship, he stayed on Mars directly. There is no bird shit in this place, and there is no one, and they are not afraid that someone will steal the spaceship from them. Piloting a spaceship is not the same as driving a seaboat, just having paddles on the sea. To drive a Cybertronian spaceship, you need to understand the Cybertronian language and have some skills. After all, the universe is full of rocks, and the spacecraft cannot always open wormholes for space jumps. If your technology is not good enough, those boulders that fly at the speed of light in the universe, or even faster than the speed of light, can easily destroy the spaceship. It also includes destroying you. Navigating in space is also a relatively dangerous thing. If you're not careful, you may have an accident. Earth. Not long after the Bumblebee sent out the signal, it received a signal response from Optimus Prime and the others. Obviously, Optimus Prime and the others have set off and are on their way to Earth. From Mars to Earth, there's a power plant, and it only takes a few minutes for Optimus Prime and the others to arrive. Creator, my partners have received my signal. It will only take a few minutes for them to arrive. Please wait a moment. When Bumblebee talked to Su Hong, he lowered his head deliberately and said in a respectful tone, "This is normal, because the Creator is in the shape-shifting King Kong family. It is equivalent to a godlike existence. It is the existence worshipped, respected, and feared by all shape-shifting King Kong. Although no one has seen the appearance of the Creator, but his admiration, respect, and fear are all innate. Bumblebees are no exception. He has no doubts about Su Hong's identity. The huge fire source suspended in the sky is the greatest proof of Su Hong's identity, because even if it is the shape-shifting King Kong family, it will not spread the source of fire like this. This is an ability that only the Creator can master." Su Hong nodded. People seem very calm. He is patient, and the arrival of shape-shifting King Kong is only part of his plan. He will also subdue the subsequent Decepticons. But he planned to subdue Optimus Prime and his group first, and then went to the 13th district to find Megatron. A few minutes passed quietly. Soon, Su Hong saw several shooting stars piercing the sky and falling towards him in the dark night. That definitely isn't some meteor, but Optimus Prime them. Soon, Optimus Prime and the others also fell into the artificial lake like bumblebees. The reason why it fell into the artificial lake, it was because of the friction of the atmosphere when they fell that the metal on their bodies had already become extremely hot. Even if they are mechanical life, they will not die because of this. But to them, it's like a person has a fever. Lower the temperature a bit to make them a lot more comfortable. Soon, Optimus Prime and the others climbed up from the artificial lake. When they looked up, they saw the huge Rubik's Cube of fire source suspended in the sky. Everyone was stunned. What's the situation? Why did they see the fire seed source as soon as they came? Could it be that the bumblebee directly found the source of fire when it came to the Earth? But the question is how long before the bumblebee set off? Just a few minutes early. Everyone is full of doubts. Optimus Prime, you are here. Come and meet the Creator. Before everyone was puzzled for too long, Bumblebee's slightly excited voice sounded. The Creator? Bumblebee's words made all the Autobots startled. Later, they also noticed Su Hong. There is no way. Although Su Hong is not short, his height of 1.9 meters is considered tall among human beings. But in front of the shape-shifting King Kong, whose minimum height is more than 5 meters, his size is really small. It's normal to be subconsciously ignored by shape-shifting King Kong. Bumblebee, the creator you're talking about, can it be him? The one who asked the question was Tin Hyde, who is a type of shape-shifting King Kong with a more irritable personality and outspoken words. Simply put, there is no emotional intelligence. I haven't waited for the bumblebee to speak. Wongs. Su Hong waved his hand directly. The fire seed source Rubik's Cube above flew to the top of Optimus Prime and the others. In the next second, a huge amount of fire seed source energy flew out of the fire seed source Rubik's Cube. Envelop all Autobots in it. For a moment, all the Autobots felt an indescribable sense of comfort. Anyway, it feels very comfortable. At the same time, they can also feel that their fire source is frozen in the sky. Its own strength is also improving. And the one with the biggest improvement is tantamount to Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime was originally about 10 meters tall. This is because he is the leader shape-shifting King Kong. It's innate. And after the huge fire source energy was injected into his body, the metal on his body began to expand. His body shape also changed. After a while, he, who was originally 10 meters tall, directly reached 18 meters. Almost doubled in size. Taller, wider, and more oppressive. The body types of other shape-shifting King Kong have also changed, more or less improved. But to say that there is more growth than Optimus Prime, there is none. In the final analysis, they are just ordinary shape-shifting King Kong, and Optimus Prime is a leader-level shape-shifting King Kong. In terms of ability, there is still a big gap between them. This is also the reason why Optimus Prime can absorb more fire source energy and gain greater benefits. Wait until the evolution of all Autobots is complete. Feel a stronger self and a more powerful kindling energy. All Autobots know what a turn they get. It is no exaggeration to say that there is an energy supplement from the source of fire this time. They can at least live for hundreds of thousands of years. Even the shape-shifting King Kong has a time when its lifespan is exhausted. Because they are metal life, and metal will oxidize sooner or later. Tinder source energy can make this process very slow. But as the energy of the fire source diminishes, this result will eventually come. In the powerful, shape-shifting King Kong, there is also an old day. Skyfire, who joined the Autobot camp in the movie, is the most typical representative. But now, with this wave of fire seed source energy replenishment, it is absolutely no problem for them to live for hundreds of thousands of years. 137. Not only his lifespan, but his strength has also been greatly improved. At this moment, all Autobots knew Su Hong's identity. He is the creator. No one doubted Su Hong's identity. Because of the use of the fire source, it has been proved that Su Hong is the creator. The fire source used to be on Cybertron, but because of the civil war between Autobots and Decepticons, the fire source was stolen and lost. Some of them are older Autobots. There are people who have seen the source of fire in Cybertron, and even contacted the source of fire. If they were to use the fire seed source, at most they would use the fire seed source Rubik's Cube to supplement the energy of their own fire seed source. But this supplement is limited. They cannot absorb much energy on their own, and evolution is even more impossible. But now, they not only absorbed a large amount of fire source energy, originally has also been evolved and become more powerful. All this proves that Su Hong is the creator. Thank you, creator, for your generosity. Controlling his taller body, Optimus Prime bowed and knelt on the ground with one knee. Show your respect to Su Hong. And the other Autobots also, CFFD, followed suit. For the shape-shifting King Kong family, the Creator is their only Allah, the only true God. It's like the image of Huangdi and Yindi in the eyes of Daxia people. You're welcome. I have already understood the purpose of your coming to Earth. Now the source of fire is in my hands, and no one can take it away from me. It's definitely, Optimus Prime responded. For the power of the Creator, no shape-shifting King Kong will doubt it. Optimus Prime is no exception. Come on, let's go somewhere and meet an old friend of yours. Su Hong waved his hand and put away the Fire Seed Source Rubik's Cube. At the same time, a golden magic door also appeared out of thin air. After might and magic appeared, it began to expand into the sky. After a while, it became a super large magic door with a radius of 8 meters. On the other side of the might and magic is the 13th district of the Hoover Dam. As soon as might and magic appeared, people in Tian San district discovered this change. The person in charge of the 13th district also received the news immediately. Afterwards, he directly picked up the phone on the table, dialed the number of the White House, and called the president. Then the answer he got was, "Don't worry about him. The other party can let him do whatever he wants, as long as they cooperate." This made the person in charge of the 13th district a little speechless. Logically speaking, the importance of the 13th district, even the president's order, is sometimes not so easy to use. But since the Rubik's Cube of the Fire Seed Source was taken away by Su Hong, the importance of the 13th district has also become less important than before. As for Megatron, who is still in District 13, the federal government has already heard some news about Megatron from Su Hong. Know that this guy is the leader of a mechanical race, similar to the general existence of the head of state. And his prestige in his race is extremely high. As long as he wants, he can lead his men to start a war at any time. It can be said that Megatron has now become a hot potato in the eyes of the federal government. But they can't throw away this hot potato. You can only continue to freeze him. As for Su Hong coming to the 13th district again, it is naturally impossible to come here for some rags in the 12th district. The biggest possibility is to come from Megatron. That being the case, then let Su Hong take away Megatron, the hot potato. In this case, the president naturally asked the people in the 13th district to fully cooperate with Su Yun. Through the magic door, Optimus Prime and the Autobots followed Su Hong to District 13. Fortunately, the interior space in the 13th district is large enough. Otherwise, they have so many shape-shifting King Kong, they really can't make it through. But even so, with the appearance of Autobots, the interior space of the entire 13th district has become crowded. The appearance of the Autobots also aroused the curiosity of the staff in the 13th district. Many people heard the news and immediately ran to see these tall robots. Obviously, these robots should be the alien life mentioned above, similar to that frozen robot. It also made many people sure of one thing, that is, aliens are real. Although this alien is very different from the alien they imagined. The opponent is not even a carbon-based life, but a mechanical biohazard. Mr. Su, here we come. Seeing Su Hong, the person in charge of the 13th district ran over immediately. He is also one of those who know the inside story, knowing that Su Hong in front of him looks like a person, but it is an existence like a god. He was the one who made the aurora in the sky before. Although Su Hong did not explicitly say that this matter was related to him, but everyone is tacit. The Astronomical Observatory also said that when the aurora appeared, they detected the existence of life from the very center of the aurora, and that life was still a person. As for who that person is, there is no need to say more. Let me ask, in the face of this existence, can he not respect it? Don't worry about me. I'm here to take this guy away. If this guy stays with you, it will be a big trouble for you. After speaking, Su Hong looked at Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime had already noticed the frozen Megatron. The former Optimus Prime was still very afraid of Megatron, and he wasn't even 50% sure of defeating Megatron. But now, 100% of the time, he abused me to Megatron. After all, the current him, after receiving Su Hong's gift and evolution. The strength is more than 10 times stronger than before. Megatron's size is similar to his before, but in front of him now, he is just a small man. The two of them are no longer at the same level. What's more, there is Su Hong, the creator, present. What kind of storm can Megatron withstand? After noticing Su Hong's gaze, Optimus Prime also directly understood what Su Hong meant. Anyway, the leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime's wisdom is not low. He walked directly towards Megatron. He stretched out his hand, grabbed Megatron directly in his hand, and lifted it up easily. Okay, I'll take this guy away. Su Hong had no intention of staying in the 13th district any longer. What Su Hong likes here is the Fire Seed Source Rubik's Cube, and Megatron is incidental, not to mention other things. Su Hong is not interested at all. After Optimus Prime grabs Megatron, one person and one group of Autobots left directly through the magic door. But this time, Su Hong took them directly to the desert. As soon as he came out, Optimus Prime threw Megatron to the ground casually. The ice cubes on his body were broken a lot. There is no air conditioning to make ice to cool down. The ice on Megatron's body also began to melt. After a while, the ice cubes on his body almost melted. Megatron's eyes also opened for a split second. His consciousness also began to return. After a while, he returned from consciousness, and then saw Optimus Prime and a group of Autobots. As for Su Hong, he was again overlooked because of his size. Megatron. It was Su Hong who spoke. Megatron was still wondering why the Autobots in front of him looked familiar. P.S. Optimus Prime and their images have changed a lot since they evolved. A voice suddenly sounded. It also made Megatron aware of Su Hong's existence. Megatron had no eyebrows, but a look of displeasure flashed across his face. Not everyone can call him by his name. He was preparing to attack Su Hong. In the next second, Optimus Prime's tall body stood in front of him. Megatron, don't be unreasonable to the creator, although the body shape and image have undergone tremendous changes. But Optimus Prime's voice didn't change. And Optimus Prime and Megatron are old enemies, and the two have fought more than 100 times. Both of them are very familiar with their voices. So when Optimus Prime spoke, Megatron immediately recognized Optimus Prime's voice, seeing that Optimus Prime was almost twice as tall as himself. Megatron looked in disbelief. Or Optimus Prime, how could it be possible? Wait, what did you just say? You said the creator. Megatron quickly noticed the emphasis in Optimus Prime's words just now. The 3 words of the creator. In Cybertron is also considered a hot word. Basically, as long as you're a shape-shifting King Kong with a brain, you know it. Not emotion. And Megatron will naturally not die. Impossible. How could the creator be here? Megatron did not believe that Su Hong was the creator at all. But before Megatron finished speaking, Su Hong directly controlled a pile of metal to fly up. A metal cage formed directly around Megatron and locked him inside. Afterwards, Su Hong directly activated the ability of the mechanic creator. At the same time, the Fire Seed Source also appeared in his hand. A huge burst of energy. The terrifying energy storm instantly enveloped all the shape-shifting King Kong present. Whether it's Megatron or Zui Tianju, they have 1,000 Autobots. It's all wrapped up in energy. The ability of the machine creator allows Su Hong to turn metal into mechanical life. That is shape-shifting King Kong. Similarly, while Su Hong can create shape-shifting Kong, he can also change shape-shifting Kong at the same time. Su Hong can transform their bodies as well as their consciousness. To put it simply, Su Hong can change their forms and can easily brainwash them, turning them into his most loyal dogs. At this moment, Su Hong is brainwashing them, whether it's Megatron or Optimus Prime, or those shape-shifting King Kong who follow Optimus Prime. Su Hong didn't let go. All brainwash one by one. Let them become their most faithful dogs. The process of brainwashing is very simple. It doesn't take much time either. Half a minute at most. It just takes a little longer to remodel. Soon, the transformation is complete. Optimus Prime and the others basically haven't changed. The biggest change is Megatron. In size, he is caught up with Optimus Prime, even more exaggerated. Optimus Prime is only 18 meters high, and this guy is already more than 19.5 meters tall, and he is only a little short of 20 meters. The first floor is based on 4 meters, so he's almost 5 stories tall, and his figure is already a bit exaggerated. How's it feeling, Megatron? I feel good, Master. After being brainwashed, the current Megatron is Su Hong's most loyal dog. As for flowers, definitely, Optimus Prime and the others are similar. Very well. Next, I have a task for you to complete. Su Hong watched Megatron and Optimus Prime shape-shifting King Kong Road. Everyone looked at Su Hong. System, the gold distribution map of the solar system. What is the selling price? Gold distribution map in the solar system. The commodity price is 20 billion US dollars. 20 billion, not too much. What about the gold distribution map in the Milky Way? Gold distribution map of the Milky Way, commodity priced at 800 billion US dollars. The price difference is 40 times. Buy a map of the distribution of gold in the Milky Way. After thinking about it, Su Hong decided to directly buy the gold distribution map of the Milky Way in this world. 0. Let's say the Milky Way is big, but it's not that big compared to the entire universe. After all, the entire universe, like the Milky Way, is at least in units of billions. If you want to say small, the solar system is just a small galaxy within the Milky Way. In the Milky Way, small galaxies like the solar system are also measured in billions. Compared with the Earth, the Milky Way has suddenly become extremely huge. Purchase the distribution map of gold in the Milky Way, deducting an amount of 800 billion US dollars. After purchasing the product successfully, a round ball appeared in Su Hong's hand. At the same time, the system also introduces the method of using the ball to remove the brain. Only then did Su Hong know that this small ball was the map he bought. Hold the ball and squeeze it twice. In the next second, Su Hong was directly pulled into a sea of stars. His body seemed to become huge in an instant. With the Earth where he is at the center, all planets and fixed stars in the Milky Way appear in his perspective. In these planets, Su Hong saw red dots one by one. These are the places in the galaxy where there is gold. The darker the color, the more gold is present. With this map, next his gold-digging diet can start. With a thought, Su Hong withdrew from the map. The next thing to do is to create a large number of shape-shifting King Kong and get the space bridge technology to send a large number of shape-shifting King Kong to mine gold. Su Hong had already predicted that in the next period of time, the scene of his system account balance rising rapidly would be even crazier than the world of Resident Evil. In a blink of an eye, half a month has passed. After brainwashing Optimus Prime and Megatron, Su Hong easily got the space bridge technology for Megatron. Because after brainwashing Megatron, Su Hong let him contact the Decepticons who came to Earth. Megatron already had unparalleled prestige among the Decepticons, and now he is even more powerful, and at the same time, there is Su Hong, the creator, standing behind him. His prestige among the Decepticons rose again, and even Starscream didn't dare to think about it anymore. Su Hong asked for space bridge technology, and he gave it right away. After getting the space bridge technology, Su Hong immediately bought a large amount of common metal from the system. This thing is not worth much, and you can buy more than 10 tons for 10,000 US dollars per day. Su Hong directly spent 1 trillion US dollars to buy billions of tons of steel, directly created tens of millions of shape-shifting King Kong. Among them, low-level shape-shifting King Kong is the main 357, accounting for 70% of the total. Medium-level shape-shifting King Kong account for 20%, and high-level shape-shifting King Kong account for 10%. The high-level shape-shifting King Kong is responsible for fighting and responding to possible war situations in the universe. Medium-level shape-shifting King Kong is in charge of management. The low-level shape-shifting King Kong is responsible for digging gold. After creating these shape-shifting King Kong, Su Hong directly used the space bridge technology to transport them to the wild planets with gold icons or to the meteorite groups. Let them dig for gold. The biggest advantage of shape-shifting King Kong is that as long as the fire source energy is not exhausted, they are equivalent to perpetual motion machines. And no fear of heat and cold. No need to eat, just prepare some gasoline for them. The efficiency of shape-shifting King Kong is still very powerful. In just half a month, they delivered the first batch of gold to Su Hong. Although it was only half a month, the amount of gold they transported back through the space bridge. Even if Su Hong had expected it a long time ago, and he has no sense of money, but when he saw the mountain of gold, even Su Hong couldn't help it. Calm down, because the gold is really piled up like a mountain, not a hill like a fake mountain, but a real mountain, a full 500 meters high. The total weight is as high as 2 billion tons, calculated on the basis of 35,273 ounces of gold per ton. This batch of gold is worth billions of dollars. That is 13,651 trillion US dollars. In just half a month, the money Su Hong earned from digging gold in the shape-shifting King Kong world was more than 1,000 times what he earned in a month from the Resident Evil world. In addition to the previous balance of more than 400 trillion US dollars in Su Hong's account, the balance of Su Hong's account has reached 13 trillion 1121 trillion US dollars. Film money will strengthen the system. Host, Su Hong. Age, 22. Race, superhuman race. Show Yuan, immortality. Money, 13 trillion 1121 trillion US dollars. PS. This book sets an ounce of gold at 1820 US dollars. The amount after 100 million will not be recorded. Items: Gothic Dark Elixir, Contact Lens, Universal Capsule. Ability: Plane Teleportation. Cooling time is 3 hours, can be upgraded with money. Reducing cooling time. Super Self-Healing Regeneration, Cold Weapon Proficiency, Hot Weapon Proficiency, Spider Telepathy, High-Speed Movement, X-Men Quicksilver version, Green Titanization, Perfect version, Telepathy, Magnetic Control, Power of 12 Spells, Energy Absorption, Super Strength, Super Speed, Super Hearing, Heat Ray, Frozen Breath, Perspective, Super Vision, Super Brain, Super Thinking, Biology Force Field, Steel Body, Microscopic Vision, Idealism, Mechanical Creator. 1. This is why Su Hong is so restless. Because this amount is too exaggerated. With so much money, a wave of consumption is naturally indispensable. Super Saiyan Blood and Saitama's Limit Breaker. Su Hong has been eyeing it for a long time. But both of those things are expensive. More expensive than Superman serum. After all, the Superman serum in the movie version, Hunter Super, has a fatal weakness. That is, it is restrained by kryptonite. Once there is kryptonite nearby, all abilities will heal. And his growth rate is completely incomparable with Superman in the comics. Although it is equally powerful, it is not so perfect after all. And Saitama's Limit Breaker is obviously more exaggerated than Superman's serum. One of the most obvious manifestations is, in the first season of Saitama's battle with Bo Ross, he was sent flying to the moon by Bo Ross, just a jump. He flew from a moon back to the Earth in an instant. This speed has surpassed the speed of light. In addition, Saitama can comb the center of the Earth with a random punch. Let the atmosphere be divided into two. Such terrifying power is something Hunter Chow in Man of Steel cannot achieve anyway. And according to the setting, Saitama has no upper limit, and his power will grow infinitely. And the growth rate is faster than that of Superman. It took about 2.5 years for Saitama to become #1 in the universe from an ordinary person. This kind of speed is something Superman can't keep up with. Therefore, Saitama's Limit Breaker of the same version is extremely expensive, and it is even higher than the Superman serum. Commodity prices are as high as 3.5 trillion US dollars. If the Superman serum is powerful, it has an Achilles heel. Then Saitama's partner Limit Breaker is the real all-round invincible. Whether it is defense, strength, endurance, speed, spirit, soul, everything is powerful in all directions. And Super Saiyan Blood. Not to mention this. Not to mention the terrifying increase. Every time a Saiyan is injured, the recovery of the injury will inevitably become a more powerful abnormal physique, which is also one of the reasons why they're called the strongest fighting race in the universe. Definitely, the price of the Super Saiyan blood is still cheaper than Saitama's limit breaker. Only need 1.2 trillion US dollars. It's different from normal Saiyan blood. If Su Hong buys this bloodline, he can directly transform into a Super Saiyan form. Super Saiyan forms are divided into Mimic, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, and special forms, such as Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God. But even the most common Super Saiyan form, after transforming, it can also increase its combat power by 50 times. Not double, but 50 times. Such an increase is terrifying just thinking about it. The increase in Super Race 2 is even more exaggerated, reaching 100 times. Super Race 3 is 400 times. Super 1.4 Saiyan can almost reach 2,400 times, and Super Saiyan Blue can reach a terrifying 120,000 times. Definitely, it is not easy to achieve these forms. You need to practice to squeeze your own potential to break through to these forms step by step. But for Su Hong, he has an easier way to achieve these forms. However, in the end, Su Hong decided to buy the perfect version of Super Saiyan blood because he suddenly remembered that Super Saiyan blood is flawed. System, purchase goods, the perfect version of Super Saiyan bloodline, and the same version of Saitama's limit breaker. Purchase goods, perfect version of Super Saiyan bloodline, Saitama same version of limit breaker, deduction amount of 5.7 trillion US dollars. Because the purchase is the perfect version of the Super Saiyan bloodline, the price is $1 trillion more expensive than the Super Saiyan bloodline. It's not the same as the previous serum. This time, what Su Hong bought was blood, and something that didn't exist in reality at all. Therefore, after buying things, there is nothing more in Su Hong's hands. The perfect version of the Super Saiyan bloodline and limiter, one is directly integrated into his body, and the other is directly breaking his own limiter. Because it is the perfect version of the Super Saiyan blood, not the Saiyan blood. The perfect version of the Super Saiyan blood merged into the body, which still made Su Hong feel the strong changes in his body, especially on blood. He could feel that his blood seemed to have become a lot more violent. At the same time, an indescribable sense of bloodthirsty rage hit my heart. But soon, this bloodlust and rage were suppressed. Just kidding, Su Hong has the ability of telepathy. The control over the spirit and self-awareness is extremely strong, and the brutal consciousness of a super level 25 Saiyan can't affect him. At the same time, Su Hong also found that he could control his emotions at any time. Enter Super Saiyan state. As for the limit breaker, he couldn't sense it. I just noticed some subtle changes in my body. But what exactly has changed? He didn't notice it for a while. Film money will strengthen the system. Host, Su Hong. Age, 22. Race, Super Saiyan, extraordinary. Show Yuan, immortality. Money, 8.6121 trillion US dollars, PS. This book sets an ounce of gold at 1820 US dollars, and the amount after 100 million will not be recorded. Items, Gothic Dark Elixir, Contact Lens, Universal Capsule. Ability, Plane Teleportation. Cooling time is 3 hours, can be upgraded with money. Reducing cooling time. Super Self-Healing Regeneration, Cold Weapon Proficiency, Hot Weapon Proficiency, Spider Telepathy, High-Speed Movement, X-Men Quicksilver version. Green Titanization, Perfect version. Telepathy, Magnetic Control, Power of 12 Spells, Energy Absorption, Super Strength, Super Speed, Super Hearing, Heat Ray, Frozen Breath, Perspective, Supervision, Super Brain, Super Thinking. Biology Force Field, Man of Steel, Microscopic Vision, Idealism, Machine Creator, Super Saiyan 1 Form, Ultimate Power. Open the System panel. There's an extra Super Saiyan in the Race column. In the Ability column, there are 2 new abilities. The first form of Super Saiyan is Super Saiyan 1. The ultimate power should be the ability that appears after the action of the limit breaker. Ultimate means infinitely close to infinity. This kind of power is indeed in line with Saitama's description. This consumption made Su Hong's strength skyrocket again. Not to mention the bright future of ultimate power. Let's just say that a 50-fold increase in a Super Race 1 form is enough for Su Hong to beat all his enemies violently. Below the multi-universe level, he is invincible. Time, 2008, the end of October. I thought it would be a month since I left this time, but just over 20 days passed, and the removal came back. The reason why he came back so quickly is that the world of shape-shifting King Kong no longer needs Su Hong to stay there. The Milky Way is too huge, even if Su Hong has tens of millions of shape-shifting King Kong to help him dig out gold. If he wants to dig out the gold in the entire Milky Way, it will not be possible in a short time. There is absolutely no need for him to stay there. It is enough to recover the gold after a period of time. And with his current strength, Su Hong feels that he can no longer put money in the first place. He can start enjoying his life. So throwing Deadpool back into the Marvel Universe. Throw Optimus Prime and Megatron behind the Marvel Universe as well. After learning about the company with Claire, after staying in the Marvel world for 3 days, Su Hong activated his ability and sent himself to a new world. Time, 2009, early March. Location, New York, Queens. Su Hong's figure appeared out of thin air. Telepathy's ability is released. This seems to have become a must for Su Hong every time he arrives in a new world. After all, he is not yet omniscient. So the telepathy ability is the best way for him to understand the current world. And soon, Su Hong also understood what kind of world he came to by understanding the memory of some people's brains. Earth 616 belongs to one of the Marvel multi-universe. This is the world where Ghost Spider, also called female Spider-Man Gwen, exists. In this world, the person who becomes Spider-Man is not Peter Parker, but Gwen Stacy. Because of an accident, Gwen Stacy was bitten by a radioactive spider, and then she became a female Spider-Man. And the Peter Parker of this world did not become Spider-Man. Instead, he turned into a lizard man. Because I often suffer from campus violence in school, he hates those who bully him very much. Although Peter Parker in this world did not become a Spider-Man, he is also a very smart genius. In order to retaliate against those who often bully him, he developed a lizard serum. After being injected with lizard serum, he became a lizard man of this world. But in the end, he died at the hands of Gwen Stacy. Because the two are classmates, the relationship is not bad. Gwen Stacy blamed herself after Peter Parker's death. But because of this, I understand the saying that the greater the ability, the greater the responsibility. She firmly became the female Spider-Man of this world. A superhero. Definitely. These situations have not happened yet, because Gwen Stacy was bitten by that radioactive spider just yesterday. Ability is just awakening. Now, she doesn't even understand the 943 changes in her body. Nature hasn't become a ghost spider yet. Su Hong was quite surprised that he would be teleported to this world. But he came here this time. The main purpose is to play. As for making money, Su Hong doesn't care anymore. Because there is nothing like mining gold in the universe to make money faster. What business do you want to do? If you have no money in the future, just dig for gold. There is no need to start a company at all. It is a complete waste of time. Around 9:30 in the evening. Queens, a neighborhood where the rich live. A police car pulls up in front of a residence. As the lights went out, a middle-aged man in police uniform got out of the car. The man looked about 40, almost 50 years old. His hair is half white, but his body is very strong, and he seems to have been exercising regularly. If you often watch the nightly news in New York, then you're no stranger to this man, because the man is the commissioner of the New York City Police Department, George Stacy. As soon as George got out of the car, he noticed the lights in the house next door. This made him stunned for a moment, because he remembered that half a month ago, the person who lived next door to his house went bankrupt because of stock trading, and the house was directly taken away by the bank. After that, the lights in that house never came on again. And today, the lights in this house are on again. Apparently, they have new neighbors. Beep. Gwen, it should be your father who came back. Go and open the door for him. Okay, Mom. Gwen, who was lying on the sofa playing with her mobile phone, got up from the sofa when she heard what her mother said. Putting on his slippers, he went to open the door for George. He opened the door, and sure enough, it was George standing outside the door. Dad, are you back? Yeah. George Stacy nodded. Have you finished your meal? I've already eaten. Mom said you have to work overtime again today, so I didn't wait for you. After opening the door, Gwen turned around and went back to the sofa. But she answered George's words anyway. You guys were right in not waiting for me. Recently, Gene Bin in Hell's Kitchen has been messing around again. There are too many troubles, and I have more documents to deal with. I can't come back to have dinner with you. It's been a long time since you had dinner with me and my mother. Gwen's words came. It made George a little helpless and guilty. He is worthy of his clothes, but he is sorry for his family, because he spends all his time on work and neglects his family. Gwen, your father is the chief of the police department, and he needs to take responsibility for his position. It was Gwen's mother, Helen Stacy, who spoke. This is a gentle woman with blonde hair who looks in her early 40s. She was wearing an apron, and it was obvious that she had just been cleaning the room. I know, Gwen said. Josie was reluctant to continue talking about the subject. Helen, I just came back and saw that the lights in the next room are on. Is it because the Kebos and his family have come back? Or do you know that we have new neighbors? You said this, I've seen it today, but it was not Mr. Kabosi and his family, but a strange man. I remember that the other party seems to be an Asian, in his 20s. I don't know exactly how much. I can't tell their ages. Asians generally look younger, but that person is tall, more than a head taller than me. I think he should be 1.9 meters. He is very handsome, and the clothes on his body are also brand name goods. I think our new neighbor must be very rich, but I don't know what it is. Although Gwen was lying on the sofa, playing with her mobile phone. She rummaged through music online because she formed a band with a few good friends at school, and she was the drummer in the band. She has nothing to do on weekdays. What she does most is to find some good music on the internet, because she likes music very much. Asian. Josie was a little surprised. In the federal state, although there are many Asians, he has also come into contact with many people. But he really didn't see many Asians in the neighborhood where they lived. Unexpectedly, this time their new neighbor will be an Asian. He just hopes that the other party is a good person to get along with. Just thinking about it, there was a sudden knock on the door. George's family were all attracted. I'll go see who it is. Before taking off his uniform, George Stacy went directly to the door. Obviously, if the visitor came with malice, the uniform he was wearing could definitely deter the opponent. Opening the door, a young Asian man in his 20s was standing outside. The other party was wearing a decent black casual suit, which looked very unusual. He is also very tall. George's height is not low. He is 1.81 meters tall, which is considered tall. But standing in front of the opponent, he found that he was significantly shorter than the opponent. His heart is really high. Sorry to bother you. I am a new resident who just moved in next door. I bought the place. We'll be neighbors in the future, so I plan to visit my neighbor. Just now I was at Mr. Mario next door home. Let me introduce myself. My name is Su Hong. I am from Dacia. You can call me Sue. Hearing that it was a new neighbor, George didn't show a cold face. Hi, Sue. I'm George Stacy. You can call me George. Please come in. Looking at the gift in Sue Hong's hand, Inji Stacy didn't let Sue Hong stand outside. The other party came to visit. As a new neighbor, he had no reason not to let the other party in. Excuse me, Officer George, Sue Hong said with a smile. His words made George draw a conclusion. Sue Hong didn't know him. Otherwise, it would be impossible to call him Police Officer George, but Chief George. The guy might just come to New York. Definitely, he didn't correct Sue Hong's address, because there was no need for that. The other party regarded him as an ordinary policeman, but he was more willing to see it. This is my wife, Helen, and this is my daughter, Gwen, and I have a kid who should be playing upstairs right now. Gwen, go get your brother Glenn down. Okay, Dad. Gwen glanced at Sue Hong first, and then hurried upstairs. Although it was just a glance, Sue Hong's face was directly imprinted in Gwen's mind. Gwen is very beautiful. She has long golden and soft hair. She is in her youth, and she is the most beautiful in her life. As for her figure, before she was bitten by a spider, she had been exercising regularly, and her figure was not bad. And after being bitten by a spider, awakening ability, her figure has become even better. It's just that she is wearing pajamas now, so she can't tell. When going up the stairs, the image of Sue Hong constantly appeared in Gwen's mind. It's not that she has never seen Asians. There are a few Asians in her class, but in her opinion, apart from their academic performance, they are really not very good, and they can't be called teachers at all. But Su Hong is special. Even if everyone does not belong to the same race, there are slight differences in aesthetics. But she has to admit that Su Yun is a super big guy. She had never seen such a handsome guy before. Handsome, mature, especially that sunny smile. After you have seen it once, it will never be forgotten. Soon, Gwen called down his younger brother, Glenn Stacy, who is 6 years younger than Gwen. I am 12 years old, and I am in junior high school. It is also the most naughty time in life. When I go home on weekdays, Nuo G's basically plays games after eating. Definitely, he didn't do badly in school, so Helen didn't control him much. If he wants to play games, let him play, but the premise is that his grades can always be kept in the top 3 in the class. If he falls out of the top 3, then Helen will definitely let him stop playing games. Then go learn. This is my youngest son, Glenn Stacy. George introduced to Su Hong. Hi, Glenn, and temperature control. Mrs. Helen, this is a gift from me. Please accept it. Say hello to the two of you. Su Hong took out the gift he brought. A gift box. What's in it? If it's something valuable, forget it. No, just some chocolate. But this chocolate is special because it's more delicious. Chocolate. Glenn's eyes lit up when he heard it was chocolate, because he especially likes to eat chocolate. Before Helen took over, that fellow Glenn extended his hand first. Glenn, what are you doing? Why are you so rude? Definitely, his behavior was immediately met with Madame Helen's criticism. George also frowned. His son's faux pas made him a little unhappy. Don't get angry, Mrs. Helen. This is a gift for you. It seems that Glenn likes it very much. Su Hong said with a smile. As for his mother Helen's words, Glenn didn't care at all. At his age, it was the time when he was not afraid of anything. He didn't care about Helen's scolding anymore. He just wants to taste the chocolate brought by Su Hong now. Is it really as delicious as he said? When he took the gift box, he found that the box was not light. Open the box, and sure enough, there is a box full of chocolates inside. As soon as he opened it, a scent mixed with chocolate entered his nose. His mouth immediately secreted a lot of mucus. Afterwards, Glenn unceremoniously took a piece of chocolate and stuffed it into Wong. In the next second, his eyes widened, because he has never eaten such delicious chocolate. The sweetness is moderate, and there is a unique fragrance in the chocolate, which perfectly integrates with the chocolate's own fragrance and sweetness. Not too sweet to make people tired, because it also has a slight bitter taste. 380. But this bitterness is not only not bad, but a bonus item. Glenn can vouch for it. It's definitely the best chocolate he's ever had. He felt that he might not like to eat other chocolates from now on, because he has fallen in love with this chocolate. It's delicious. What kind of chocolate is this, Mr. Su? It's so delicious. It's definitely the best chocolate I've ever eaten. I love it to death. Glenn exclaimed. His performance made George and Gwen a little taken aback. Is this chocolate so delicious? Does it need to be so exaggerated? But soon, they also smelled the aroma of chocolate emanating from the gift box. Neither Helen nor Gwen likes chocolate, because they are afraid that if they eat too much chocolate, they will gain weight. Women are very afraid of being fat. Definitely, this is a special product of our company. It is not on the market yet. You can be said to be the first person to eat this chocolate. Company. The Georges were a little taken aback. Yes, I opened a food company specializing in the production of some snacks. This chocolate is the latest product of my company. It's not only delicious, but also won't make you fat. Even if you eat too much, you don't have to worry about tooth decay. Su Hong explained with a smile. Although I don't plan to start a big company, but Su Hong still opened a food company in this world. And this chocolate is a chocolate from another world. Its production method is different from ordinary chocolate. It is not only delicious, but also contains less sugar. No matter how much it is eaten, it will not make people fat, and children do not have to worry about tooth decay if they eat too much. At the same time, this thing is still very hungry. If you're too lazy to eat a few dozen or so, and you can go without eating for a day, because the energy of chocolate is enough for your daily consumption. Definitely, provided you don't do any strenuous exercise. I don't know anything else, but it is really delicious. I don't think I will be able to eat other chocolates in the future. Glenn sighed. Curious, George, Mrs. Helen, and Glenn each took a piece of chocolate. Is it really that delicious? Chocolate entrance. With a light bite, it was easily bitten open. Not powdery, very crunchy. While biting it open, an indescribable fragrance began to spread in the mouth, followed by a not-so-sweet sweetness, with a slight bitterness in the sweetness, not strong. The appearance of bitterness does not make the taste of chocolate worse, but combines with sweetness to form a contrasting deliciousness. Let people aftertaste. Once you eat one, you can't help but want another one. The Gwen family was a little surprised, especially Gwen and her mother, Lady Helen. The two of them usually don't eat much chocolate. It's not that they don't like sweets, but that they worry about gaining weight. There are few people who don't like chocolate. But many people don't eat it, more because it is easy to make people fat. Although they don't eat much chocolate, they have eaten some chocolate. Just eat less. After all, there's one in the family who likes to eat chocolate. On weekdays, Mrs. Helen often buys chocolates for her precious son Glenn. She also knows the brands of chocolates and which chocolates are delicious. Even tasted it myself. But the chocolate brought by Su Hong that she ate today is definitely the best chocolate she has ever eaten. None of them. Mr. Su, is this really your company's product? Definitely, Su Hong said with a smile. Then I have to say, you are really a genius because this chocolate is really delicious. To be honest, if it wasn't really delicious, I would suspect that you were here to sell something. Mrs. Helen joked. Su Hong also laughed. Everyone didn't pay attention to this. Judging from the packaging and deliciousness of the chocolate, it is known that this is not cheap chocolate, and their family is not some influential family of big stars. There is no such thing as a sales pitch. However, you just said that if you eat too much of it, it won't make you fat. Is that true? Definitely. In fact, this chocolate not only does not make people fat, but also makes people thin. You can think of it as a diet pill that works well. Su Hong explained with a smile. If it is true, then I think I will buy it often in the future. After staying at George's house for half an hour, Su Hong took his leave and left. After all, he came too late. Half an hour was enough. People also need a rest. Moreover, the future is long. After Su Hong left, George looked at Helen and Gwen. What do you think of our new neighbor? As for Glenn, the fellow impatiently went upstairs to play his game after the chocolate was finished. I don't want to stay downstairs at all. I think he should be a very good person, very gentle. He is always smiling, and his smile is very contagious and beautiful. I think he should be a very gentle person. Mrs. Helen smiled wrote, although George was a little jealous. But I didn't think too much about it. After all, although Mrs. Helen is still a bit pretty, she is getting older and is the mother of 2 children. He also believed that Helen would not betray him. As for Su Hong, young, tall, and handsome, how could such a man lack women around him? So Helen's words only made him a little bit jealous, but he didn't get angry because of it. He looked at his daughter, Gwen. He wasn't worried about his wife, Helen. He was worried about Gwen. After all, Su Hong does seem like a very nice guy. Able to chat, rich and talkative, young, handsome, and successful in career. Such a man and girl are quite attractive. Gwen, what do you think? What do you think? Gwen was a little taken aback. She was thinking about something just now, and she didn't pay attention to what George said. George thought inwardly. What do you think of our new neighbors? You mean Mr. Su? Dad, I think he should be a very good man. It's very gentle, and his smile is really beautiful. I especially like the way he smiles. It's really delicious. Gwen didn't hesitate to praise her, because she really likes Su Hong's sunny smile. Seeing Su Hong smile makes her feel better. Can't say why, but that's how it is. George's heart sank. This is just our first meeting with him. Maybe he's just pretending. Father, I think we shouldn't talk about other people's good or bad and personalities behind their backs. We can get along slowly and understand what kind of person Mr. Su is instead of guessing. After all, he has become our new neighbor, and will always be our neighbor, unless he moves away, or we move away. George, move away. Unless Su Hong moved away, how could their family move away? Although he, George Stacy, is the chief of the New York City Police Department, he has a high position and authority. but he didn't receive any black money, and it can be said that he basically spent all his savings to buy this place. He didn't have the money to change his family to another place to live, and the environment here is very good. Well done, at least in terms of security, because the people who live in the community are basically rich people. If the security work is not done well, the rich people in the community will not open it. This is why George bought his own house here, because it's safe enough here. As the police chief of New York City, he has many enemies. He also worries that his family members are being targeted. Okay, it's time for you to go to bed. It's getting late. George didn't plan to talk too much on the topic of Soo Hong. Instead, let Gwen go straight to bed. Okay, Gwen was not dissatisfied, because it's really getting late now, and she has to go to school tomorrow, so it's time to go to bed. Taking her mobile phone, Gwen went upstairs and returned to her room. Are you worried about Gwen? Helen and George had been together for decades, and she couldn't figure out what her husband was thinking. After Gwen left, she spoke directly. Gwen is still young now. She was only 18 a few months ago. Now is not the time. I am worried that she will find a boyfriend too early. George explained. While looking for a boyfriend prematurely, she was clearly worried that Gwen would fall in love with Soo Hong. It's not that he doesn't want his daughter to find a boyfriend, but because his daughter is only 18 years old now. He didn't have any malice towards Soo Hong. He just didn't know him well. Let him not let down his guard against Soo Hong. Okay, I don't think Gwen has that kind of meaning. You just worry too much. Although Mr. Soo looks good and makes people like him, there is no girl who will fall in love with someone the first time she meets him. When did you hear that Gwen was looking for a boyfriend? It's because I haven't looked for it, so I'm worried. George was a little helpless. Okay, go to bed. It's not too late. Have you eaten yet? Would you like me to prepare something for you? No, I'm not hungry. George shook his head. I just ate a lot of chocolate, and I'm not hungry now. Not to mention, the chocolates that Mr. Soo brought are really good, delicious, and very hungry, and I will definitely buy more when they're released in the future. George said nothing. Get up to change clothes, wash up, and get ready for bed. Tomorrow he will get up early to go to the police station. There's still many things to do. The other side, after Soo Hong left Gwen's house, he also returned to his own home. The reason why I bought this place is naturally because it is next door to Gwen's house. He got it from silver, not much money. But even if it costs more money, he doesn't care. After all, he is not short of money. Now his balance is in megabytes. Even if it costs a few $100 million to buy this place, he doesn't feel bad about it. What's more, it doesn't take hundreds of millions to buy this place. He only spent nearly $10 million. He doesn't care about the money at all. All the furniture at home is bought directly by people. They're the best and most expensive on the market. Anyway, not bad money. He's a carry-on bag. Even without telepathy turned on, his super hearing allowed him to clearly hear the conversation between Mrs. Helen and George. He agrees with George's concerns. Because a boy likes a girl. In the beginning, it was basically because of the other party's appearance. Asking for flowers. And a girl likes a guy. Most of the time, the same is true. And Gwen made a good first impression of him. Perhaps in the bottom of her heart, a seed has been quietly planted by Soo Hong. George was right to be worried. Early the next morning, Gwen washed up, put on her school bag, and Inji also got up early. With daughter Gwen and son Glenn, he has to send them to their respective schools before he goes to work. Go to school. Gwen shared the chocolate that Soo Hong brought yesterday with her good friends Mary Jane and Betty Brand. After the two ate the chocolate, they both expressed surprise, expressing that they had never eaten such a delicious thing. And Gwen was happy too. Good friends are like this. They share good things with each other. 0. This is called a good friend. Mary Jane and Betty Bland think of each other when they have something nice to do. Then the two began to inquire about the origin of chocolate. It is common for girls to be curious. Gwen also told the two directly about the origin of the chocolate. This also made the two of them a little curious about Soo Hong. I have seen a lot of Asians, but it is really not once that they can be called handsome. Big handsome guy always attracts little girls. Both said that if they have the opportunity, they must go to Gwen's house to see what Soo Hong is like. Let one call him a big handsome guy. As for Soo Hong starting a company, the two didn't care. After all, they're only high school students. And the conditions at home are not too bad. Otherwise, they would not be able to play music. their current age. It's not time to worry about money either. Money is not that attractive to them now. On the contrary, it was Soo-hong's appearance that made them even more curious. As for Glenn, he did the same thing as Gwen, which was to bring chocolates to his friends. Soo-hong brought a large box of chocolates yesterday, but they didn't finish it, leaving more than half of it. But the difference on Glenn's side is that his friend didn't become curious about Soo-hong. They just lamented how delicious the chocolate is, and they will definitely buy it when it goes on the market in the future. In a blink of an eye, 3 days have passed. Today is Saturday, and there is no school, but Gwen still gets up early in the morning, because she had appointments with Mary Jane and Betty Bland to go to concerts together. On this day of every month, Manhattan will hold a concert, inviting many popular groups or singers to perform. And this time, among the people invited by the organizer, there is a group called Colorful Boys. All 3 girls like this combination. They often listen to the songs of the Colorful Boy group on weekdays. They can even sing. After all, they like and play music themselves, just not that professional. Moreover, they lack a lead singer. Among the 3, Gwen sang the best, but she couldn't be called a professional. At most, she was better than ordinary people. It's okay to sing by herself, and if she performs on stage, she can also participate in the activities held by the school. She will definitely not go to professional singing competitions such as 387 or talent shows. The family knows their own affairs. Her singing skills, level, and voice are not particularly good. It would be a complete joke to participate in any draft. As soon as she went out, Gwen accidentally bumped into Dr. Sue, who was also going out. Seeing Soo-hong, Gwen naturally couldn't pretend not to see it. Moreover, she has a good impression of Soo-hong, and she likes Soo-hong's smile very much. But since Soo-hong visited their family that day, she has not met Soo-hong again. Every time she comes home, the lights in Soo-hong's house are turned off. "Mr. Soo, good morning. I didn't expect you to wake up so early." "Hello, Gwen." Soo-hong responded with a smile. Seeing Soo-hong's smile, Gwen was immediately attracted. She thinks Soo-hong's smile is really beautiful and healing. "Today is Saturday. Your school should have a holiday." Soo-hong's words, Babong God, Gwen pulled back to God. It also made her realize how disrespectful her behavior was just now, which made her a little shy. But he nodded and said, "Yes, I don't have to go to school today. But I'm going to a music festival in Manhattan with 2 of my friends." "Music festival?" Soo-hong was shocked. "Why, Mr. Soo, are you going to the music festival too?" Gwen asked curiously when she saw Soo-hong's expression. "Yes, in fact, I was an invited guest at the festival, this time to perform on stage." Gwen suddenly looked shocked. Or shocked. "Are you going to perform on stage?" "Yes," Soo-hong affirmed. "I really didn't expect that. Mr. Soo, you must sing very well. Generally speaking, you and your friends are going to participate in a music festival, which means that you also like music. Do you usually play any musical instruments?" "In fact, my friends and I formed a band, but we didn't have a lead singer. I'm the drummer, and my other 2 friends, one is a guitar player and the other is a bass player." "It seems that you like music very much." "Yes, we usually like to get together to play music, but our level is not very good." Gwen said, "Are you going directly to the music festival next? Or are you going to go to the music festival with your friends?" "I went by myself. We agreed to meet at the gymnasium where the music festival is held. Then you come with me. I just happen to be going to the music festival too, so let's drop by." "This is not very good. Will it trouble you?" "Our destination is the same. Is this troublesome? Or you don't want to be with me?" "Definitely no. Actually, I'm just shy." Gwen blushed slightly. "Why are you shy?" "Because, Mr. Soo, your smile is so beautiful. If you smile, I can't help but stare at you. It's too rude. Gwen is not a nympho. But Soo-hong's smile is so healing that people can't help but want to see it." It was as if there was some kind of magical power on Soo-hong. In fact, how did she know? Soo-hong bought himself a charm halo from a system. An 80% increase in attraction to the opposite sex is an exaggeration. And this charm halo, Soo-hong can freely control the alignment to take effect. And now Gwen is shrouded in a halo of charm. Soo-hong is already handsome, and when he smiles, he is indeed very sunny. 80% blessing. Gwen did not commit a nympho, which is not bad. This has something to do with her being confessed by many boys. Among them, there are some handsome boys. Not to mention being immune to handsome guys, but Gwen has long since given up on handsome guys. But who makes Su-hong not just an ordinary handsome guy, but also has an increased charm halo. Are you complimenting me on how handsome I am? Su-hong asked back with a smile. Okay, come with me, I'll drive. After finishing speaking, Su-hong didn't give Gwen a chance to refuse. Just go straight to drive. After a while, a silver supercar stopped beside Gwen. Su-hong was sitting in the driver's seat. These two silver supercars are naturally not the ones given to Kimura before. Su-hong will not take back what is given away. He just loves silver supercars. Get in the car. Gwen stared at Su-hong's high-end handsome silver supercar and was taken aback for a moment. Su-hong is not an ordinary rich man who can afford such a supercar. This gave her a new understanding of Su-hong's worth. After hesitation for a while, Gwen sat in Su-hong's co-pilot seat. After all, she had no reason to refuse. Moreover, there is nothing to resist riding in the same car with a handsome guy. At this time, George Stacy, who had just finished his wife's breakfast, also put on his uniform and walked out of the house. Because I don't have to send my daughter and son to school today, he has a lot of free time to eat breakfast made by his wife. So I ate for a while. As a result, as soon as he went out, he saw Gwen sitting in a silver supercar. The driver is still Su-hong. This made him startled. 1.4 in the next second, Su-hong started the car and left directly. George didn't even have a chance to speak. Watching Su-hong leave the silver supercar, George frowned. He didn't expect Su-hong to have contact with Gwen. He was a little worried about Su-hong. After all, Su-hong is young, handsome, and rich. And Gwen is young and has the best looks. In the age at which he most wants to fall in love, as an old father, he is really worried that Gwen will do something out of the ordinary. But this kind of thing, he can't say it clearly. This is much more difficult than facing those vicious criminals. At least he thought so. Forget it, he'd better stay with Gwen after he got home from get off work at night. For Gwen, he still believed, I believe my daughter will not mess around. Just find a chance to talk to her in the evening. Elsewhere, a red-haired Mary Jane and a brunette Betty Bland were already outside the stadium where the festival was being held. They were one step ahead of Gwen. Both of them were wearing hip-length denim shorts, youthful and hot, with hot crop tops and denim jackets on their upper bodies. In addition, both of them are beautiful enough. They have been accosted dozens of times outside the crowded music festival stadium. The two rejected people who came to strike up a conversation time and time again. How should I put it? They're very happy when someone strikes up a conversation with them, but when there are too many people, it makes people feel a little bored. There are many people who come to the music festival every month. This is New York, the metropolis of the Federation, and many people live in this city. There are also many people who like music. Therefore, every month's music festival is basically crowded with people. After all, those who can take the stage at this music festival are basically some famous singers or some famous big bands. Ordinary small singers and small bands are not eligible to play. This is a great event for music. The two waited for Gwen boredly and didn't feel that 25 was impatient because they came early. The time they agreed with Gwen was before 9 o'clock. After all, the music festival officially started, and we had to wait until 10 o'clock. Just arrived before 9 o'clock, and the remaining hour is to enter the venue. I came early, but I was actually waiting, just sitting, and then chatting or something. Before the music festival officially started, it was actually quite boring. At this moment, a silver supercar suddenly stopped on the road in front of them. Both of them looked over subconsciously. No way a handsome silver supercar stops in front of you, and you will subconsciously take a look at it. Because humans are visual animals. As long as people see good-looking and beautiful things, they will subconsciously take a second look, even if you don't understand. Just when the two were wondering why the car was parked in front of them, the passenger's door opened. Then they saw Gwen get out of the car. This surprised both Mary Jane and Betty Brand. Why did Gwen come here in a supercar? The car window lowered, and a handsome Asian guy appeared in their sight. Gwen, I'll see you later. After speaking, Su Hong smiled and nodded to Mary Jane and Betty Brand. Then I drove to the parking lot of the stadium to park. Gwen, this handsome guy, could it be the one you said that day, your new neighbor? Mary Jane and Betty were not fools. Soon, I thought of the handsome Asian guy Gwen mentioned that day, because they also saw Su Hong's face just now. After all, there was nothing wrong with Gwen's words. That is indeed a difficult Asian handsome guy. In the eyes of Mary Jane and Betty, Su Hong is fully qualified to go to Hollywood to eat as an actor. You don't need great acting skills, just his face is enough. There will definitely be directors who are willing to make him famous. Yes, that's him. Gwen didn't hide anything when two good friends asked about it. Speaking of which, it's also accidental that I came here by Mr. Su's car. Afterwards, she revealed that Su Hong happened to be attending the music festival and going on stage. Both Mary Jane and Betty were shocked, because if you want to be on stage at a music festival, you have to be incompetent. If you have no level, even if people are willing to let you go, it is a shame if you go up. So he sings very well? Betty asked curiously. Gwen shook her head. Actually, I don't know much about it. In fact, this is the second time I've met him. Since not visited my house that day, I haven't seen him in the next few days, and I don't know much about him. It was also a coincidence that I came here with him this time. I think he should sing well, and the voice he just spoke was nice. At least I think it's nice. It was Mary Jane who spoke. It's not like they haven't seen the handsome guy before, but a handsome guy like Su Hong is really rare. What's more, Su Hong still has a charm halo, which is directly full of charm. Let's not talk about it. Let's go first. Although it's still early, it's better to get in earlier, otherwise it will be crowded when there are more people. It was Betty who spoke. Definitely, her suggestion to enter the arena early is also related to their worry that there will be too many people later and run into those disgusting people. The looks of the three are not low. Although Gwen is the tallest, Mary Jane and Betty are not low in appearance either. It is precisely because of this that the three of them also met people who were disgusting and wanted to eat their tofu. Although it was unsuccessful, it did disgust them. Although most girls in Europe and America are very open, but everything has a column. They don't want to wait until there are too many people and run into that disgusting person again. The three quickly entered the arena smoothly and found their positions. Not the front row. After all, the fare in the front row is more expensive. Although their respective families are not ordinary, their pocket money is actually not too much. Can't afford the front row. And the seat they bought was not a rear position. It was just over 10 meters away from the front row. From this position, you can clearly see the center stage. For them, enough is enough. As time goes by, more and more people are in the gymnasium. There are human heads everywhere. The sound also seemed a little mixed. At 10 o'clock, the mass music festival started on time. The passionate music sounded immediately. The melody is passionate and beautiful, so that the audience can't help but want to sway their bodies along with the music. The atmosphere rose immediately. The first to appear is the combination Linkin Park. The appearance of this group made the audience who came to the scene very excited. After all, this is not an ordinary combination. In fact, before the music festival started, no one in 337 knew that they would appear in this music festival. This is definitely a big surprise for the audience who come to the music festival. The three of Gwen were also very excited, because they also like the combination of Linkin Park very much. Linkin Park played for half an hour and then left the field and changed to other combinations, or the popular singer performing on stage. The atmosphere has been very good. It was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that is, 3 hours after the music festival started. A handsome Asian guy stepped onto the stage. His appearance made the atmosphere of the scene quiet, because no one there knew him. Definitely, Gwen and the others were excluded because the person on stage was none other than Su Hong. This is something that has never happened at previous music festivals, because there has never been an unknown singer on this stage. The one who could be on this stage is at least a singer with a lot of fans. And Su Hong, a newcomer. Except for the three of Gwen, no one knew him at all. God, it's Mr. Su who appeared on the stage, and what he said turned out to be true. Seeing Su Hong's appearance, the people who were most surprised and astonished were the three of Gwen. After all, they knew Su Hong. At least Gwen and Su Hong were barely acquaintances. originally thought that Su Hong was just joking and he would not really be on stage, but unexpectedly, he would actually be on stage. On stage, being watched by tens of thousands of pairs of eyes, Su Hong didn't panic at all. Instead, he held the microphone calmly. In the next second, the melody of the music sounded. The first thing that sounded was a soothing piano sound. The melody is not exciting, but it has an unexpected melody. The audience below are instantly drawn into this piece of music. It's been a long day without you, my friend. It's been a long time without your company. And they'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I meet you again, I will open my heart and tell you everything. We've come a long way from our web again. Looking back at the long journey we have taken together, I will tell you all about it when I see you again. When I meet you again, I will open my heart and tell you everything. When I see you again, when we reunited, from the bass to the treble, Su Hong made no mistakes at all, and his singing can be said to be very perfect. The consciousness of the lyrics is also very interesting. This song is nothing but the ending song and theme song, See You Again of Fast and Furious 7. This song, in Su Hong's world, once it was released, it won the top music charts in more than 20 countries including the United Kingdom, the United States, and Kangaroo Country. On the Billboard Top 100 Singles chart in the United States, the song won a total of 12 weeks. On July 10th, 2017, the song's MV surpassed Park Jae-sang's Gangnam Style to become the most viewed video on YouTube with 2.894 billion views. Although this song is a big hit, there is a reason for the movie Fast and Furious 7, and it takes up a lot of it. But this song originally is undoubtedly a very good song. Both the lyrics and the composition are very good. Coupled with the excellent singer, Su Hong has listened to this song many times before wearing it, and he never tires of it. Every time he heard the climax part, he couldn't help humming a few words along with it. Contagious. This is why Su Hong chose to come up with this song. His vocals were purchased directly from his system. The singing level is much higher than that of the original singer, Charlie Puth. To sing this song, there is no pressure for Su Hong, and he sang two parts by himself. In other words, the singing in the front and the rap in the back are all done by him alone. As for whether this song will be rapped by the original singer, let alone whether there is Charlie Puth, the original author in this world. Even if there is, the current timeline is 2009, and Charlie Puth may have just started high school at this time. He has not yet become an internet celebrity singer, so he probably doesn't even have the idea of this song in his mind. People who come to the music festival are people who love music and love music. Most people actually don't care who is on stage. They come here just to hear good music. So even if they don't know Su Hong, when Su Hong brings them a nice song, the atmosphere at the scene suddenly became lively. The warm applause never stopped. Gwen, Mary Jane, and Betty below were also stunned. They thought that if Su Hong dared to come on stage, his singing should not be bad. But they didn't expect that Su Hong could sing so well. And this song is also surprisingly good. It's a song they've never heard before, and obviously, it's an original song. This surprised all three of them. Happy for Su Hong, too. After all, Gwen and Su Hong are acquaintances, although Mary Jane and Betty don't know Su Hong. But just now, they met Su Hong once, and the other party nodded to them. At least, not a stranger. This gave them a feeling of sharing weal and woe. How can you be unhappy? Definitely. After Su Hong sang a song, he didn't stop. After singing the first song, See You Again, Yu Hong sang another song, Lutmano, although this song is not as famous as the previous one. But it's also a good song. After the two songs were sung, Su Hong stepped down from the stage. Then came the colorful boy that Gwen and the others were looking forward to. But the three of them no longer had such expectations for the colorful boy who was still looking forward to it. Not only them, but also many young girls who came to the scene. Because after Su Hong took the stage, he spread his charm halo to all the women in the audience. After the two songs came down, he didn't know whether he had conquered the male audience below. But for the female audience, he absolutely conquered them all. This, Su Hong is sure. The music festival ends around 3 in the afternoon. Before it was over, Su Hong was approached by a large number of people. Among them, there are many scouts and film and television directors. There are also fans who fell in love with Su Hong because of his good looks and signed his speed. Yes, Su-hong already has fans, and not a lot, except after meeting some fans. Su-hong, a talent scout and director in the film and television industry, is a stranger, because he has no idea of development in that direction. At first, these scouts and directors were reluctant to leave. No matter what, I have to meet Su-hong and persuade him. But soon, they learn the identity of Su-hong, the boss of Miracle Group. This is a large group that popped up out of nowhere. It owns many food factories, contains milk products, instant noodles, canned meat products, instant food, candy, chocolate, and the like. With so many industries involved, it stands to reason that they should not be easy to do. But the products they produce taste very good. Compared with other products on the market, it is completely a cliff-like blow. Someone wants to give Miracle Corp eye drops on food testing, but it didn't work, because other people's food testing is completely fine. On the contrary, those who wanted to give Miracle Group eye drops, their own products were found to be unqualified. Leo Wong's Miracle Group quickly seized a large number of markets. So although this group company has only appeared not long ago, but everyone knows that this must be a future Fortune 500 company, and it is still a very high-ranking one. After learning that Su-hong is the boss of Miracle Group, scouts and directors are gone. He is a very rich man, not short of money. Singing may just be his interest. What else is there that can attract Su-hong? People have money, but what they want is useless. Even if you really want to go to the film and television industry to have fun, you can spend some money on your own. More often than not, people treat him like an emperor. Need them? After dealing with some fans, Su-hong met Gwen, Mary Jane, and Betty. They also came here specifically to find Su-hong. Su-hong knew it was them, so he directly asked the staff to put them in the background. The three of them were very excited when they saw Su-hong. He charged towards Su-hong directly. The three of them are people who like music very much, otherwise they would not form a band to play. So for people who sing well, they can't control them at all. Especially Su-hong is also a super handsome guy. Under the aura of charisma, Su-hong's charm is directly full. When the three of them saw Su-hong, they were so excited that they couldn't control themselves and rushed forward to protect Su-hong. After all, they were just three young girls who had just turned 18. She couldn't resist the temptation of Su-hong's charm. Calm down, you three. So Su-hong was relatively calm, quickly separated the three, and said to the three, "Sorry, Mr. Su. We were just a little too excited. Yes, Mr. Su, I really didn't expect you to sing so beautifully. Your treble part is really nice. I just tried off stage, but I couldn't go up at all. I have to say, you sing really well." Listening to the exaggeration of the three girls to themselves, Su-hong smiled. He made such a big battle, and there was indeed Pao Goen's intention in it. But he himself also has the idea of wanting to perform on stage. When he was in school, he and a few of his friends were the well-known Maiba in their class. Every 6 to 30 weeks, they would choose KTV to hold activities, and everyone would get together and sing Rising Sun for 50 yuan. Singing is actually Su-hong's own hobby. The stage performance this time is not so much for pampering Gwen, it is better to say that it happened to hit Gwen and the others' hobbies. Because he himself really likes to sing. I like the feeling of being watched, cared about, and admired by others. Thank you for your compliments. It's 3:50 in the afternoon. It's almost 4 o'clock. You probably haven't eaten yet. Su-hong glanced at the watch on his hand and said to Samping, "Gwen knows Su-hong best." She shook her head. "Before we came to the gymnasium to participate in a music festival, we didn't eat anything, and we didn't leave after we got hungry because the people on stage sang very well, and we were reluctant to leave. I didn't feel it just now, but now that you say it, I immediately feel a little hungry." Gwen was actually hungry a long time ago, but she was embarrassed to say it. She has been bitten by a spider, and ability has been awakening. The change in her physical fitness made her need more energy. In the past few days, her appetite has increased a lot. It has become the most edible one in the house. For this reason, Helen also worried about her. I think she has a sudden increase in appetite. Maybe she has some kind of illness." At that time, George felt that it was a good thing that Gwen's appetite had increased. Gwen was 18 years old, and it was time for her body to grow. although Gwen's height is not low now, and her barefoot height can reach 1.76 meters. Among girls, her height is not the tallest, but she is definitely not low. But George felt that Gwen should still be able to grow. I didn't feel anything. I feel a little hungry, too. Mr. Sue, do you want to invite us to eat? Among the three, Betty, who was the most courageous, looked at Su Hong and asked with a smile. What she said was obviously a joke. Yes, and I have already booked the seat in advance. We can just go there now. I have a box of chocolates here. If you are hungry, you can eat some to fill your belly. Su Hong handed them a box of chocolates. Gwen recognized the chocolate immediately. It was Su Hong who visited their home that day and gave it to them, because the packaging is exactly the same. Shouldn't it be the delicious chocolate that won't make you fat? Wait, this brand is Miracle. I've seen this in the supermarket before. A box costs more than $800. This chocolate is super expensive, Betty exclaimed. In 2009, a box of chocolates cost more than $800. It's almost equivalent to half a month's salary for ordinary people. Mr. Sue, is the company you opened Miracle Group? Betty asked in surprise. No wonder she's like this. Her family is also engaged in food-related business. Definitely, their family is just a middleman. Because of her family, she also knows this Miracle Group that has just emerged better than ordinary people. Understand how powerful this Miracle Group is. It is no exaggeration to say that the world's top 500 must have a place for Miracle Group, and at the very front seat. Too many dare not say the top 10 will definitely have a place for Miracle Group in the future. This is not what she said, but what her father said. And after eating Miracle Group's food, she expressed her agreement with her father's words. I heard from Gwen before that the chocolate that Su Hong gave them was a product of his own company, but it hadn't been on the market before. Now it seems that the company Su Hong is talking about is very likely to be the Miracle Group. Things shouldn't be such a coincidence, right? Gwen and Mary Jane looked puzzled, because they don't know anything about Miracle Group at all. Miracle Group is still a little too low-key now. They're not in the industry and don't understand the situation at all. Yes, if there isn't a second company called that in New York. Really, Betty was surprised at first and then shocked. I didn't expect that I would be lucky enough to meet a super rich man. She finally understood why Su Hong could afford to drive such a top supercar. If even Su Hong can't afford to drive, there are not many in the world who can afford to drive. When they arrived just now, they happened to see the scouts and the director leave. They also heard their conversation when they left. Knowing that they are here to meet Su Hong, they plan to take him to the film and television industry and singer circle. But in the end, I didn't even see Su Hong's face. They were still wondering why Su Hong didn't agree. Even if you're not short of money, you can develop one more path. After all, those top stars in the film and television industry also make a lot of money. And Su Hong definitely has the potential to become a top star, even if he is Asian. But he is handsome enough. In the West, as long as you are handsome, there is room for development. After all, there are faces in every country, and there are many Asian faces in Asia. The appearance of Su Hong can also attract the market over there. Now, Betty understood why those people left without even seeing Su Hong's face. Because Su Hong is not short of money at all. A future top rich man in the world, maybe even the future richest man in the world, how could he go to the film and television industry to act or become a singer? For him, playing music may just be his hobby. Just like they play music, there is no difference. Both Gwen and Mary Jane looked puzzled. What's super rich? Gwen knew that Su Hong was rich, but she really didn't know how rich he was. But I think it should be relatively rich. Betty just said what she knew. Su Hong didn't stop him either. There's a kind of deliberately pretending to say it by myself, but I say it through Betty's mouth. There is no special meaning, and it could be fitted to him. So why did he stop Betty? In a high-level restaurant in Manhattan, Gwen sat next to Su Hong, and Mary Jane and Betty sat opposite Su Hong. Plate after plate of dishes was brought to the table. They are all relatively precious high-end ingredients, with good color, fragrance, and taste. The only downside may be that it is too expensive. Just such a table with more than a dozen items costs more than $30,000. In 2009, $30,000 was almost equivalent to a year's salary for an ordinary worker, and he might not even be able to earn that much. It is unimaginable for ordinary people to eat so much money in one meal. Even if Gwen and the others have good family conditions, they have never been so extravagant. But this time a guest is Su Hong. Su Hong is not short of money. They all know this. After all, the Betty family revealed Su Hong's identity dash. Knowing this little money is right. Su Hong is nothing. Gwen, I remember you told me before that you and your friends formed a band, but there was a lack of a lead singer. While putting a sliced steak into his mouth gracefully, he made a sound while removing it. Yes, yes. Gwen froze for a moment, then nodded. Betty and Mary Jane also looked at Su Hong. Obviously understand that Su Hong did not ask such a question for no reason. He must have more to say. What do you think of my singing? Su Hong asked again. Very good. Not only is your voice beautiful, but your singing skills are no worse than any singer I've ever heard, especially your high pitch. I don't even know where your limit is. Gwen said sincerely. Mary Jane and Betty also nodded in agreement. Regardless of Su Hong's handsomeness, his voice is absolutely top-notch, especially the treble part of Su Hong's previous performance. They can say with certainty that Su Hong has not shown his full strength yet. Whether a person sings well or not depends not on whether his voice is good or not, but on whether he can reach high notes and how high they can reach. It is great to be able to do what others cannot. There are many people with good voices in the world, but if you want to sing well, treble is a must because this is necessary for transposition. For some good songs, the treble part is often the climax part. And Su Hong can not only sing high notes, but his skills are also top-notch. Whether it is the singing part or the rap part, the articulation is very clear, each word is distinct and has its own rhythm. If he is not called great, then there will be no great singers. In this case, how about we form a band together? I will be the lead singer. Su Hong suggested. Didn't you say that your band lacks a lead singer? Then I'll come. What do you think? Su Hong's words stunned the three of Gwen for a moment, because it's something they never imagined. Well, they did. In fact, when Su Hong was performing on stage, they had imagined that they would form a band with Su Hong. But for such a thing, the three of them just thought about it in their hearts. It didn't really feel like it was possible. It sounds pretty impractical after all. Who is Su Hong, and why did they form a band? Although they played instruments well, they were only good. This world is much better than their musical instruments. Su Hong can definitely find those top musicians to form a band with him. Why, you don't want to? Su Hong asked with a smile. How could you be unwilling? I just didn't expect that you would want to form a band with us. We are not professional at all. We only occasionally perform on stage in school on weekdays. At our level, we can't do it at all. It's just for fun. When explained, I also play for fun. You also know that I'm rich. Does a person like me need to go to the singer's circle? Music is your hobby, and it is also my hobby. In this case, why don't we form a band together to have fun? I'll be the lead singer, and you're looking for someone who can sing well to be the sub-singer. Hearing Su Hong's words, the three of Gwen were all moved. They have long wanted to form a band, but I haven't been able to find a suitable lead singer. Although their school also has good singing, but they don't want to invite those people in. The relationship is not so good, is a little. Another point is that they're just playing for fun, and they may stop playing in the future. If the person they invite in plans to develop in the singer circle in the future, what will they do? Will the group disband? Therefore, they have not invited new people to join. Ask for flowers. Gwen's singing level is actually quite good. As long as she doesn't sing that kind of particularly difficult song, she can handle it well. So on weekdays, the band of the three of them is sung by Gwen. Mary Jane and Betty just had a quick word or two every once in a while, or did a remix or something. Now that Su Hong, a top singer, has joined, their band, Meaningless, has instantly become a powerful band. As long as they release some good original songs, their band might also be able to be on the music charts. Although it is just because of the love of music, so the group is fun. But if their music can be heard by more people and liked by more people, they are also willing. As for whether to become a singer after becoming famous or not, they didn't really care that much. After all, they know very well that their singing skills are average. I can't go that way at all, and I don't plan to go that way. It just so happens that I have a newly written song here. Maybe we could try it after dinner. Really, upon hearing this, the three of them could no longer calm down. They had just heard two original songs by Su Hong, and they were not bad. Not to mention See You Again. This song is definitely an excellent song worthy of an award. Lou Catmano is slightly inferior, but it is definitely a first-class song. The lyrics are positive, and the melody is beautiful. After listening to it, people can't help but hum along. It can be said that Su Hong's creative standards are very high. He's coming up with a new song, and it's definitely not bad. Can you read the score? Su Hong asked with a smile. This definitely, the three said in unison. Then what are you waiting for? After eating, let's go directly to try it out. I've already hired someone to rent a recording studio. It's still early. We still have at least 3 more hours before 9 o'clock in the evening. The three of Gwen nodded, looking forward to what's next. Definitely, what they are looking forward to is what kind of excellent songs Su Hong will come up with. As for Su Hong, directly rented out a recording studio. On the contrary, they didn't care much. After all, they all knew that Su Hong was a rich man, and he was super rich. It's just a recording studio, which is no big deal to him. After the meal, Su Hong brought the three of Gwen and Gwen, who were eager to try, to the best recording studio in Manhattan. Here are the most professional sound engineers and recording equipment. Definitely, all kinds of top musical instruments are naturally indispensable. Many top singers in the singer's circle like to come here to record songs. Because there are so many people here, even those popular singers who come here to record songs need to make an appointment in advance. And Su Hong didn't make an appointment in advance. The bag, he said, he bought it here directly. There are very few things in this world that are priceless. Most items have a value. It is nothing more than the level of value. Some are expensive, and some are cheap. This is the top recording studio in Manhattan. In order to buy this place, Su Hong spent $1.6 billion US. This figure is exaggerated. $1.6 billion US is not a small amount, but a huge sum of 527. Even for those who are rich, this is a huge amount of money. For ordinary people, this is an astronomical sum that they will never earn in their lifetime, and they dare not even think about it. But to Su Hong, $1.6 billion is nothing at all. That's why he was able to win here. Because the original boss here couldn't refuse the price Su Hong offered. Even if his recording studio, venue, and various equipment were to be sold, it would cost at most $4 to $5 billion, even if it was located in the most prosperous area of Manhattan. But selling it for $4.5 billion US is already sky high. So after Su Hong bid $1.6 billion US, he chose to sell it without any hesitation. Just kidding. The premium is tripled. He would be stupid if he didn't sell it. Although his recording studio can bring him tens of millions of dollars in revenue every year. But if he earns 10 years, he may not necessarily be able to earn $1.6 billion US. So why not sell it? This is still considering the market situation. His recording equipment broke down in the future, and it needs to be replaced and repaired, all of which are money. And the staff in the recording studio, their salaries have to be paid, which is also money. $1.6 billion US. Even if he earns for 20 years, he may not be able to earn it. Now that he can get such a large sum of money in one go, wouldn't it be good for him to do other things? Or simply do nothing and enjoy life directly? $1.6 billion US, as long as he doesn't squander or gamble, it is enough for him to live a life without worrying about food and clothing for the rest of his life. As soon as the four of Su Hong came to the recording studio, John, the person in charge of the recording studio, immediately came to see Su, with a flattering smile on his face. John likes this new boss very much. He is just a beater, and he has no share in this recording studio. It's a dead salary. Although his salary was not low before, who doesn't want to make more money? As soon as the new boss, Su Hong, came, he doubled the salaries of all the staff in the recording studio. He, the person in charge, has tripled his salary on the previous basis. You know, as the person in charge of the recording studio, his previous salary was a full $60,000 a month. Such a monthly income, in 2009, was definitely considered a high income. It's not as good as those rich people, but compared with ordinary people, it's completely beyond their imagination. and Su Hong raised him 3 times as soon as he came. Directly, $240,000 a month. After 1 year, the annual salary is $2.88 million US. And Su Hong also said that if the performance satisfies him, there will be half of the annual salary as a bonus at the end of the year. Now that he sees Su Hong, he is closer than meeting his father. It was just a matter of ranking Su Hong at home and confessing him. An annual salary of $1 million, this salary, in any circle, is definitely a top salary. So after meeting Su Hong, the smile on John's face never stopped. After Su Hong and the others entered the recording studio, the first time someone moved the stool over, then all kinds of food, tea, and drinks were brought up. The person who likes Su Hong is probably John. Even the ordinary employees of the recording studio now like their new boss very much. After all, before Su Hong came, the salaries of all their employees had tripled from the previous base. In the recording studio before, even for cleaning, the monthly salary was about $2,000 US. After the double increase, it will be directly $6,000 US a month. This kind of salary, even if it is put outside, is equivalent to a month's salary of some high-level white-collar workers. But now, just being a sweeper can match the salary of some high-level white-collar workers outside. Not to mention those salaries are not low. The monthly salary of 10,000 yuan before has now become 30,000 yuan a month. And which worker would not like the boss who does not make cakes, but pays directly? So even if John doesn't speak up and the new boss comes here, they will serve each other as gods one by one. As for Su Hong being Asian, no one cares about that. They don't care what country the boss is from. They only care about who sends them money. Who sends them more money. Let's put things here. Take us directly to the musical instrument room. Then you don't have to follow us. I will call you when I need you. It's okay, boss. I'll be outside the door later. If you need anything, just tell me. John said with a smile on his face. His attitude towards Su Hong surprised the three of Gwen. It was the first time for them to see such a scene, and they felt very novel. I also don't understand why John would do this. Even if Su Hong is their boss, they shouldn't have to do this step. Wait until entering the instrument room after John leaves. Su Hong smiled and said, "Are you curious why they treat me so respectfully?" The three of Gwen nodded. Even if you were their boss, they shouldn't have to be so respectful to you. The reason is simple, because I gave them a raise, and after I came, everyone doubled their salary. Their current salary is 3 times what it was before. And John is the person in charge here. I doubled his salary by 1.5. Su Hong said with a smile. The three of Gwen suddenly understood what was going on. Knowing that Su Hong used the money ability, that's why John flattered Dr. Su so much. Because they are still students and their family conditions are good, they don't need to worry about money. They actually had some difficulty understanding John's behavior. Even if the salary is raised, it doesn't have to be like this. People still need some dignity. But if those adults on the internet know about this, they will only do crazier things than John. Everyone scolded the capitalists, called them vampires and moths of society, and wanted to put them on the street lamps. But everyone wants to be a capitalist. Definitely, there may be very few people who don't think so. Spiritual wealth is also a kind of wealth, but such people are rare. Okay, let's not talk about this. Try the instruments here first. I asked John to find a few people to cooperate with us. This is the score of the song I wrote. You can take it and have a look. Here's the lyrics book. It's a chorus song, Gwen. You'll have to sing it later. Ah, are men and women singing together? Gwen was a little surprised. She didn't expect that she would sing along for the first cooperation. Yes, here are the lyrics. You can take a look first. Gwen took the lyrics book. She looked at the title of the song first. The title of the song, Closer, when translated, means closer. Looking at the title of the song, you can roughly guess the lyrics of this song, which should be a little explicit. When she finished watching the part that belonged to her, her face turned red. As she guessed, the lyrics of this song are a bit explicit. And this is obviously a song sung by a couple, and she and Su Hong are not couples. After all, she was just an 18-year-old girl. After reading the lyrics, her face immediately flushed red. She looked very cute. And Mary Jane and Betty also saw the lyrics. Even if they didn't come to sing 25 after seeing the lyrics, the faces of the two were a little red. because the lyrics are really explicit. What, baby, close to me, whispering in your back seat like glue, hanging on this rover that can never pay. These two sentences are not bad. Let the tip of my tongue slide over the tattoo on your shoulder behind. Can't wait to push the steel plate in the car. Put on a comfortable mattress for you and me to linger on is really blatant. They're all just 18-year-old young girls, and they're still the undeveloped type. Seeing such explicit lyrics, how can you not be shy? The lyrics are a little explicit, but I think it's okay. We can sing for a try first. If you feel really embarrassed, we can change another song. In fact, I have prepared 2 songs for male and female chorus this time. Soo-hong's voice sounded. No, we can try first. Gwen blushed slightly. She thinks this song should be good, although the lyrics are a bit explicit. But she's heard more explicit songs than this one. The difference is that I used to listen to others sing, but this time I sang by myself. That's why she was a little shy. Okay, I'll let John let people in. Jane, you and Betty should familiarize themselves with the music score first, and we'll try it later, shall we? The 2 nodded, said no problem. There are only 4 of them, and a song definitely needs more than 4 instruments, so it still needs the cooperation of other people. But if they plan to perform somewhere in the future, BGM can be recorded in advance. When the time comes to the stage, the instruments just follow along casually. We don't need so many people anymore. John quickly found someone. They are top-notch instrument operators. The prelude of Closer can't give people an eye-catching or amazing feeling, and the front parts sound a little ordinary. Until Soo-hong spoke. That purposely lowered, smoky voice started to speak, and the feeling was different immediately. The crowd was soon immersed in Soo-hong's singing. Definitely, they haven't forgotten their job. Soon, the part belonging to Soo-hong will be over. After singing, Soo-hong looked at Gwen, who was also looking at him. He blinked his left eye and gave the other party an encouragement. Indicates that she is coming next. Gwen was still a little nervous, but she has a lot of experience on stage. The reason why he was so nervous was entirely because of Soo-hong. After all, this was the first time she sang a song with a man, and it was a song with very explicit lyrics, which was obviously a song sung by a couple. That's why she was nervous. But she quickly calmed herself down. After it was her turn, the melody sounded. Her professionalism was immediately apparent. When she started singing, her nervousness disappeared. Except for the incoherent enunciation and occasional mistakes, there is no problem with the rhythm at all. As for the singing, it has always been a relatively flat song. Definitely, this is talking about the tone. There is no need for high pitch. For Gwen, this song is not difficult. So she sang her part very quickly. Then Soo-hong spoke again. Then the 2 of them sing together. Almost 4 minutes later, the song ends. Gwen didn't respond yet. Mary Jane and Betty jumped up first. The 2 looked excited. There was nothing wrong with this song when I first listened to it, but the more it gets to the end, the more rhythmic it sounds and the more it sounds. Although the lyrics are explicit, they're not sung by them, so they will not feel that the lyrics have anything to do with it. In the Federation, there are many songs that make you feel better than this song. Gwen, Mr. Soo, you sing really well. This song is also very nice. I can't wait to listen to it for the second time now. Betty praised. Definitely, her words are from the heart, not just to please the 2 of them, because she really felt that the 2 sang very well just now. Although Gwen made some mistakes, this cannot conceal the excellence of this song. The people John brought were also surprised. I didn't expect that the new boss of my family had such a good voice and could sing so well. At the same time, they also understood why Soo-hong bought this place. It can only be said that there is no humanity. Then let's go through 847 for the second time. In terms of lyrics, you can gradually get familiar with it. Let's take it slowly. Soo-hong looked at Gwen and said. The latter nodded. Then they started the second time, third time, fourth time. As the frequency increases, Gwen's error rate also gradually decreased. By the 6th time, Gwen could sing her parts without looking at the lyrics. And there will be no wrong lyrics, incoherent or unclear lyrics. Gwen is a very smart person. Recitation has always been her strong point. It was only because of nervousness that it took her 6 times to fully learn the song. It seems that you have mastered this song. We can click on it to record it. Now let's sing the second song. It's also a male-female song, but it's lighter. Sue Hong handed Gwen and the others the lyrics and sheet music of the second song. Gwen took it and looked at the title of the song in the lyrics book. I saw "Good Time" written on it. Judging from the title of the song, it is more like the second song that Sue Hong sang on stage before. Sure enough, when the melody of this song sounded, a sense of relief immediately hit. Compared with the first song, Closer, this song is lighter and more melodic, and it is easier for people to hum along with its rhythm. This is also a fine song. 9:30 in the evening. After sending Mary Jane and Betty back successively, Sue Hong took Gwen back to the community. At the moment, Gwen was in a bad mood. It wasn't that someone made her angry. It made her not in a good mood. It was because she was too involved in the recording studio and had so much fun that she forgot the time and forgot to call home first and tell them what she was doing now and would go back later. It wasn't until she left the recording studio at 9 o'clock that she suddenly remembered this matter. This is why she's not in a good mood. You don't need to think about it, but when you go back, you will inevitably be scolded by your parents. Mary Jane and Betty were fine. Their parents weren't that strict with them. Her parents were different. Perhaps because George is a policeman, he often looks a little serious. The discipline of children is also very strict. She came back so late this time and didn't even make a phone call, because Gigi must have given birth. After going back, it was said that it was sure. "What's the matter? You seem very unhappy," Sue Hong asked with a smile. Saiyan naturally knew why Gwen was unhappy. "No, just coming back so late. Dad will definitely be very angry. Why don't I go to your house and explain to Officer George and Mrs. Helen? After all, it's because of me that you came back so late this time." Gwen shook her head. "It's none of your business, Mr. Sue. I was having so much fun with myself that I forgot to call them and tell them what I was doing, and I had to go back later. It has nothing to do with you." "No, there's still a reason for me. Let me explain this to Officer George and Mrs. Helen. You wait for me in the car. I'll go down and talk to them first." Sue Hong parked the car. Gwen also noticed his father, George Stacy, who was standing at the door of his house with an uneasy face. No wonder George Stacy was in a good mood. It's fine if he saw his daughter leaving with Sue Hong early this morning. In the end, when I came back at night, I also came back with Sue Hong. He had already seen Gwen sitting in the passenger seat. See this scene. How can he be happy? During the time in between, what did the two of them do, and what happened? Who knows? He was afraid that Sue Hong would attack his daughter. What made him most dissatisfied was that Gwen came back so late and didn't even call back. Mrs. Helen was worried because of this. I had been worrying about whether something happened to Gwen outside. The calls went to the police station one after another. So much so that George, who originally planned to launch an operation at night, had to hand over the matter to his subordinates, and then went home to check the situation. If Sue Hong and the others didn't come back, he was going to use some of the director's authority to find Gwen. Don't blame him for this. The main reason is that he knows that he has many people worried that these people will attack his family. And Gwen is his daughter. The possibility of them attacking her is not low. In fact, the reason why George is so angry, mainly because Gwen didn't call back to explain the situation. Let Mrs. Helen worry about her all the time. So, after seeing Sue Hong walking over, the expression on his face was even worse. Because Sue Hong parked the car a little far away, Gwen could only see his father and Sue Hong communicating, but what did the two say specifically? She couldn't hear well. Soon, she saw her mother, and Mrs. Helen also came out of the room. After a few minutes, a smile suddenly appeared on George's face, who was still upset. Even Mrs. Helen didn't see any previous worries on her face, and a smile appeared on her face. He also talked and laughed with Sue Hong. This surprised Gwen so much that she didn't understand what Sue Hong said, so that her father and mother were not angry. Seeing this scene, Gwen stopped hiding in the car. Instead, he simply got off the car and walked towards the three of them. As soon as she walked over, Gwen apologized sincerely. After all, what happened this time was indeed that she didn't do a good job, which made her parents worry about her. She felt it was necessary to admit her mistakes. But George and Mrs. Helen smiled and said it was all right. Said they already knew what she was doing today. My daughter loves music, and both George and Mrs. Helen are medical. But they have no way to support her in this regard. in addition to letting her play musical instruments and giving her money to buy musical instruments. In other respects, they could not help her. And now Su Hong helped them. Su Hong just showed them a few photos of Gwen being happy today. The two of them had nothing to say, because even they rarely see Gwen so happy. Or rather, they had never seen Gwen so happy. What George was worried about was mainly what Su Hong did to Gwen. After all, she is still too young now, and he doesn't want her to find a boyfriend so early. But when he learned that the two of them had nothing, he was actually not so angry. After seeing Gwen so happy, why would he be angry? After all, he didn't spend much time with Gwen. I have never seen my daughter so happy. Since she had such a good time today, how could he make her unhappy after she came home? As for Mrs. Helen, she was about the same as George. After seeing their daughter so happy, they were relieved. Seeing that her parents were no longer angry, Gwen also breathed a sigh of relief. Definitely, she also glanced at Su Hong gratefully. If it wasn't for Su Hong, she really didn't know how to face this situation. After chatting with George and his wife for a while, Su Hong glanced at Gwen before leaving. After Su Hong left, Mrs. Helen also asked Glenn about her specific affairs today. Gwen didn't hide anything and told the two of what she did today. It seems that Mr. Su is really an excellent, gentle, and caring man. After listening to Gwen's story about today, Mrs. Helen sighed with a smile on her face. Compared with George's mentality that he was afraid that his cabbage would be raped by pigs. On the contrary, Mrs. Helen did not object to Gwen finding a boyfriend now, because in her opinion, 18 years old is not young. And George, because of Su Hong's identity. He did not use his identity as the chief, but went to investigate Su Hong's identity. Kings. After all, Su Hong had never been to his house except for that day's visit, nor did he go out his way to get close to Gwen, so he didn't investigate Su Hong. As a result, now he accidentally learned Su Hong's identity from his daughter Gwen. Regarding Miracle Group, although he is not in the industry, as the chief of the New York City Police Department, he has also heard some related news. He didn't expect Su Hong to be the boss of Miracle Group. This is no longer a thing to be young. It is completely against the sky. After all, the Miracle Group, anyone who knows a little bit about him can understand how terrifying its future prospects are. As far as he knows, Miracle Group is not a listed company, but privately held. This is where Su Hong defies the sky. In the world of capital, eating alone is not tasty, or in other words, you can't eat it at all. But now there was an accident. This accident was Su Hong's shun. From this we can see how extraordinary Su Hong is. Early the next morning, Gwen was woken up by Betty's phone call, because she called Gwen early in the morning. Gwen didn't get up out of breath. But the problem is, she slept a little late last night. I didn't sleep until almost 3 in the morning. And now, the regiment is just 6:30 in the morning. She only slept for 3.5 hours before she was woken up by a phone call from Betty. Hey, Betty, don't you know what time it is? Gwen's tone was very helpless. She doesn't want to get up at all right now. Although she already has the awakening Spider-Man ability, but even a Spider-Man needs to sleep well. She has also discovered that she has great strength and quick response. In addition, her jumping ability has also become exaggerated. It can also climb up the wall. She had discovered this 2 days ago, and she had fully adapted to the changes in her body, not as panicked as she was at first. But Gwen's spiritual improvement is actually not great. If she doesn't rest for a long time, she will also be very sleepy. And if she doesn't get enough sleep, she won't be active either. In this respect, she is not much different from ordinary people. Definitely no, but do you know why I gave you this call? Betty's voice sounded excited and excited. What? Gwen asked, puzzled. Hurry up and turn on your computer. Watch it on YouTube. And when you open YouTube, you will understand what is 4/7. Then why don't you just say it? Because if you go to see it yourself, it will give you more surprises. Gwen heard this and couldn't sleep anymore. Because of the curiosity in her heart, it has been hooked out. Turn on the computer and log in to YouTube.com. Open the entry interface of YouTube. She has received a lot of video recommendations. In it, she saw a lot of video recommendations related to yesterday's music festival. This is normal, because the music festival held every month is good. Every time the music festival ends, the videos on the music festival are indispensable on YouTube. She also found 2 videos about Su Hong in it. The heat is high. There are also many comments. The comments below are also all praises. Definitely, some people are debating which nationality Su Hong is from. For this, Gwen basically didn't think much about it. Did you see that, Gwen? What did I see? I didn't see anything. Gwen was helpless. She really didn't know what Betty was talking about. Could it be that what the other party is saying is that Su Hong-related videos have become popular on YouTube? But she thinks it's normal. Su Hong is very handsome, and he sings so beautifully, although he is not a wise man. But the 2 songs at the music festival yesterday were very good, especially the song See You Aegean. Whether it is the lyrics or the melody of the song is the top choice. It's all about the ability to compete for the top spot on the music charts. So Su Hong's video became popular on YouTube. In Gwen's view, this is a very normal thing, and there is nothing surprising at all. It would be a surprise if it didn't catch fire. You click on the weekly video ranking list, and you will know. Betty's voice came from the phone. Okay, what else could Gwen say? Naturally, I will do so. It seems that Betty, like her, regards Su Hong's popularity on YouTube as normal and is not that surprised. So, what made her call her so early in the morning? Open the weekly leaderboard. She immediately saw the 3rd video on the weekly leaderboard. Because the cover of the video is a group photo of her, Betty, Mary Jane, and Su Hong. The title below is Sugar Man Original Song. Maybe it can bring you a different musical surprise. Sugar Man Band is the name of the band they picked together yesterday. Sugar is something that makes children like and happy. Even adults like to eat sugar. People always like to have a candy when their mouth is full of bitterness because it can bring people happiness. And the core of their band is Su Hong. Su Hong is a native of Daxia, and he can also be called a Tang native. So the name Sugar Man is very suitable for them. And that group photo is a group photo of everyone after they finished singing yesterday. In the photo, Su Hong is sunny and handsome, especially charming. Standing on her right is Gwen herself. She has blonde hair, she also has a smile on her face, and she looks beautiful. I don't know how many people will become indelible memories in their youth. In the photo, she is playing with Su Hong's right hand, looking very happy. On Su Hong's left are Mary Jane and Betty. The faces of the 2 are also full of smiles. It can be seen that they are also very happy. Betty also held Su Hong's left hand, and Mary Jane can only hold Betty's hand. In the photo, there are 4 handsome men and beautiful women. They are really attractive. Su Hong also said that this photo would be given to each of them after it was developed. Keep them as souvenirs. After all, this is their first photo together. I didn't expect the photos to be washed out yet. She first saw it on YouTube, and it's also the cover of a video. Gwen checked the hits. The posting time was at 1 o'clock in the morning last night, and now its playback volume has reached more than 3 million. It directly rushed to the 3rd place in the weekly ranking list. It is estimated that it will be ranked first next week, and it is only a matter of time. She clicks into the video. The total length of the video is 15 minutes. On YouTube, this video is not too long, but it is not too short either. When click play, at the beginning of the video, there's a picture of them sitting in the recording studio. The picture was first on Su Hong's body. Open the barrage, and the screen is full of compliments on how handsome this man is. This made Gwen smile slightly. Maybe she herself didn't notice that she was smiling at the moment. Then there is her picture. She is silently memorizing the lyrics. She is very beautiful in the picture, a little cute. This is followed by images of Mary Jane and Betty. Every time they appear, there will be subtitles next to them. Introduce their identities, but also show that they are members of this group. A formal rehearsal followed. In the screen, she and Su Hong sang closer for the first time, although she made a few mistakes. But overall, it still looks good. Especially Su Hong's part, she sang really well. She didn't pay much attention at the time, but now listening to it on the computer, she found that Su Hong sang really well. It is the kind that can be clearly distinguished. What makes her happier is, even if she made a mistake. But the barrage is also full of compliments that are too nice to hear. This made her happy. No one dislikes compliments from others. Otherwise, why do people say good things just to flatter them? At this moment, Gwen West was immersed in the praise of the Lord from others. At the end of the video, she and Su Hong performed the song Closer perfectly. The screen is full of so nice words that I wonder whose words they are. Open the comment area, and there are all praises and various praises. At the same time, Gwen also found that the popularity of the video is still rising. Play volume is still rising rapidly. She also understood why Betty was so excited, because this means that they have become popular with Su Hong. On Monday, Gwen, Betty, and Mary Jane agreed to meet at the school gate and enter the school together. The three soon met at the school gate, then walked towards the school. Along the way, everyone who saw them would point to them and say something loudly. For this scene, the three of Gwen had expected it, because their video on YouTube is very popular. No, it should say too, because Su Hong posted another good time video later. Both videos are very popular, because both songs are of high quality. It's no worse than the two songs Su Hong sang at the music festival. In Su Hong's original world, these two songs have reached the top. Su Hong's singing skills are even stronger than the original singer. In addition, he is so handsome and invisible, giving a lot of points. Although Gwen's standard is a bit worse. But the two songs are not difficult to sing. She has a nice voice and a beautiful person. So no one thought she was bad or anything. Anyway, because of the two videos, Gwen and the three of them can be said to have become popular with Su Hong. Now, it is very famous all over the internet. If there is such a thing as internet celebrity in this era, they are proper internet celebrities. On YouTube, the people I like the most are young people like them. At the same time, YouTube is also the largest video website in the entire Federation. It can be said that their current popularity is no worse than that of some film and television stars and singers, especially since they were originally the stars of Midtown High. Soon, the three came to their class. The three are in the same class. As soon as they entered the class, most of the classmates in the class surrounded them, then started talking about the video on YouTube. The three of them had nothing to hide, so they spoke out directly. Anyway, there is no ulterior secret in it. And the classmates in the class, after listening to their words, screamed again and again. The only one in the class who was unmoved. Just two people. One is Harry Osborne. As a young master of the Osborne group, Harry Osborne is withdrawn and proud. In class, I don't have a single friend. On weekdays, I basically don't talk to them. Belongs to a person who doesn't have much social life. In this world, Harry's father Norman Osborn is not the Green Goblin. Although he, like Norman Osborn in other Spider-Man universes, controls the Osborn group. But he is a very kind person. The same thing is that they all suffer from genetic diseases, which is not suitable. So, the Norman Osborn of this world is also developing a super soldier serum, trying to solve the problem of hereditary diseases in her family. But in the end, his company was robbed, and he didn't research it until he died. In this world, the generation of Green Devils is Harry Osborn. After his father was killed, Harry, who was already withdrawn, turned directly to Blacken and became the Green Goblin. After becoming the Green Goblin, he took back the Osborn Enterprises. At the same time, he also became the biggest enemy of this world, Ghost Spider-Gwen. In the classroom, except Harry was unmoved. Another unimpressed person. That's Peter Parker. In this world, he's not Spider-Man, but his parents still had an accident and died. And he, like Spider-Man Peter Parker in other worlds, lives in his Uncle Ben Parker's house. The only difference is that he in this world has not become a Spider-Man. People are also more inferior, withdrawn, and cowardly, being bullied by classmates and school bullies. So much so that he later developed the lizard serum. After injecting himself, he planned to take revenge on those who bullied him. In the end, because the serum was not perfect, he died in Gwen's arms. It also made Gwen understand what the greater the ability is, the greater the responsibility. It strengthened Gwen's heart to be a superhero ghost spider. Peter looked at the three of Gwen surrounded by the crowd, who looked like stars holding the moon, with envy in his eyes. Why doesn't he want to stand in the center of the crowd and be noticed and liked by people? However, this kind of thing is just thinking about it. More often than not, He's just the one being bullied. Because he is not tall and not strong enough. Belongs to the kind of person that school bullies like to bully the most. In his opinion, his only advantage may be that he has a smart brain. But his grades in the class have always been third. As for Harry, he looked at Gwen and the others in the crowd. He is more disdainful. As for Gwen and the others, they are very beautiful. A rich young master like him never lacks beautiful girls around him. For the sake of money, there is never a shortage of girls who cheat by his side. He is just 18 years old this year. My girlfriend has changed more than 30 times. Seeking flowers 00. Because of this, his father, Norman Osborn, even specially preached to him. But he doesn't care at all. Another week passed in a blink of an eye. Even with the appearance of Sue Hong, he became a big celebrity on the internet. But Gwen still embarked on the path of becoming Spider-Man. Because she was a good girl with a kind heart. It is impossible to ignore someone who bullies the weak. And after becoming unusual, she felt that she should do something. So, she still became Ghost Spider-Man. At 10 o'clock in the evening, after making sure that the parents have returned to their own room, they will not come to their own room. Gwen took out the Spider-Man battle suit she made herself, mainly in black and white. But because of the material, it looks a little cheap. 0. But Gwen didn't care about that. She thinks that if she has a chance in the future, she just needs to make a better one. Put on your battle suit and open the windows. Gwen jumped directly and flexibly. He jumped out of the window and then easily hung on the vertical wall like a spider. Then she climbed up the wall. Soon, he came to the roof of his house. Well, Spider-Man, no one walks. Definitely go upstairs. Gwen doesn't have the ability to spin silk from the wrist of a generation of Spider-Man. Also, no cobweb injector has been made yet. So now she is not a complete Spider-Man. But because of its super jumping ability and endurance, plus she can run on walls, she can easily jump back and forth between the eaves. She wanted to walk back and forth on the roof more than walking on the ground. But as soon as she climbed onto the roof of her own house, she was stunned. Because on the opposite side, a figure was standing on the roof, looking at her. She is very familiar with this person. It is none other than Sue Hong. Gwen. Before Gwen could do anything, Sue Hong's voice came over first. Gwen said nothing, because she felt that Sue Hong probably didn't recognize her. After all, she was wearing a battle suit. I know your figure and height very well, Gwen, the street hero who recently appeared in New York City to fight criminals at night. The person called Spider-Man by the Daily Bugle is you. Sue Hong's affirmative voice came. Now, Gwen couldn't calm down anymore, because she could hear that Sue Hong had confirmed her identity as 0. Come and talk. Sue Hong's voice sounded again. Gwen hesitated, then jumped towards the top floor of Sue Hong's house. The distance between the two houses is about 12 or so. Gwen sprinted, then leaped fiercely, covered a distance of more than 10 meters, and landed on the top floor of Sue Hong's house. Then she rolled on her back, shed the momentum from her body, and stopped 1 meter in front of Sue Hong. Gwen was surprised that Sue Hong guessed her identity, but not too surprised, because she has been with Sue Hong for a while. Since the last time I went to the studio to sing, she would visit Sue Hong's house almost every day to talk about music with him, and Sue Hong would also teach her some singing skills. It is precisely because of this that she already knows a lot about Sue Hong. In addition to being handsome, gentle, careful in doing things, singing well, and writing songs, he is also a super rich man. Normalized. Sue Hong is also a smart person with amazing observation skills. Because Sue Hong can always guess some thoughts in her heart from her words and deeds. If it was just a coincidence, then Sue Hong might have been lucky. He just happened to encounter a dead mouse, so he guessed right. But Sue Hong never said he missed it. Rapping Betty and Mary Jane, Sue Hong can always guess what they are thinking. There is no doubt that Sue Hong is a very smart person with excellent observation skills. So when Sue Hong guessed her identity, she was surprised, but not so surprised. You are here. Are you waiting for me? Gwen took off the hood on her head, revealing her fluffy blonde hair, and asked Sue Hong. I don't know what kind of shampoo she used. Her hair was completely covered by the headgear, and it didn't mess up after taking it off, and it was still very fluffy and soft. With this hair quality, you can advertise for shampoo companies. Isn't this much better than some overlord? Do you think this is the first time I've seen you go out from here? Su-hong asked Gwen back. Gwen was taken aback. Apparently, it wasn't the first time Su-hong saw her picked out of his window. But it's not impossible, because her room happened to be facing Su-hong's side. I don't think it's the first time. Gwen felt helpless. That's how Su-hong found out his identity. Now, she really has no secrets in front of Su-hong. Why? I know your identity. You seem to be a little unhappy. No, it's just what? Are you worried that I will tell Mrs. Helen and Officer George that you do superhero things? Gwen, she felt that Su-hong was the roundworm in her stomach, and she could always guess exactly what she was thinking. Okay, I won't tell them. Actually, I've been keeping something from you. Gwen looked at Su-hong. I'm a superhero too. Gwen's eyes widened, very cute. She felt that Su-hong was playing with her and spit her out like a child. You think I'm lying to you? Yeah. Gwen nodded. Well, there's nothing you can do if you don't believe it, but I can prove it. So, can you tell me what your ability is? Gwen asked with a smile. She thinks Su-hong from the moment is also cute, but she didn't believe a word of Su-hong's words just now. Although she has become a superhero, to be honest, Gwen still can't figure out why she became so special after being bitten by a spider. And besides her, she really hasn't seen any other superhero. She has read a lot of superhero comics, but everyone knows it's fake. It's as if there were no Batman and Superman in the world, because they're all fictional characters that do not exist. Have you heard of Superman? You don't want to say you're Superman, but that's not possible, because Superman... Sorry, I didn't mean anything else, but you said you were Superman, and I really can't believe it. It's normal for you not to believe, but I can prove it. Su-hong smiled slightly. Then he stretched out his hand to Gwen and pulled it, and the latter felt a huge force coming. There is no way to resist. Su-hong's powerful strength made Gwen startled. In the next second, she was already hugged by Su-hong. A gust of hot air rushed towards her face, making Gwen's pretty face blush. This is the first time she has had such close contact with a person of the opposite sex other than her father. A face immediately flushed red. Definitely, the surprise in her heart was even worse. You know, she has tested her experience. 1 or 2 carts, she can easily lift her hands, or even lift it up and throw it out. A car of 1 or 2 tons can be lifted up and thrown out, which shows how exaggerated her current strength is. But such power in front of Su-hong is not enough. She doesn't even have the ability to resist. This shows how exaggerated Su-hong's power is. Don't wait for her to think about it. In the next second, Su-hong had already taken her soaring into the sky. Looking down, everything is rapidly shrinking. In just a few seconds, she had already appeared above the clouds. In the sky, under the moonlight, there is no shelter. A few seconds later, Su-hong brought Gwen to Earth. Look over there, what is it? Su-hong pointed in the direction of the Earth and said to Gwen. The latter looked sideways. A beautiful blue planet appeared in her sight. She recognized it at a glance. It was the Earth. She has seen pictures of the Earth. It was taken by satellite. But to be honest, no matter how beautiful the photos are, they are not as good as looking at them with the naked eye. And at this moment, she saw the blue gem-like land show. There was also an unknowingly shocked look on his face, because the Earth is really beautiful. Where are we now? Cosmic vacuum. Then why can we still talk? And I don't feel like I can't breathe. I can feel the presence of Nanjing automobile. Because I have a biological standpoint to protect you. I ask you if you know Superman. Just as an example, what I really want to tell you is that I am much, much better than Superman. Compared with Bai Yin-Xiao, the current Su-hong is not enough. After all, that person is too perverted. Whatever ability you want, you can use it right away. As long as the brain can think of it, it can be owned. It is the ultimate form of Superman's spiritual ability. But none of the other Supermans 1.2 is comparable to Su-hong's. After all, there's more than just a Superman bloodline in Su-hong's body. He also has Super Saiyan blood. And because of the limit breaker, his strength has been improving. This speed is still very fast. The current Su-hong, even he himself, doesn't know where the limit of his strength is. It's not bragging to say he's much, much better than Superman, let alone Thanos. Even if Darkseid appeared in front of him, he would have to be brutalized by him. Compared with Thanos, Darkseid is not only stronger originally, but also the Dark Elite army under him is also very terrifying. Among them, there are several superpowers who are only a little weaker than him. So compared to Thanos, DC's Darkseid is more difficult to deal with. But now Su-Hong, he has absolute confidence to face Darkseid and his Dark Elite army, and it is the kind of unilateral crushing. So you're really Superman? You can understand it that way. Unexpectedly, Superman really exists in the world. Don't you think that the change in your body was a coincidence? Saiyan asked with a smile. The radioactive spider that bit Gwen was no accident. It was a premeditated thing, because the spider that wanted her was released by a female Spider-Man named Cobweb. Unlike Gwen, this is a female Spider-Man from another world. She was bitten by the spider that bit Peter Parker, then became the female Spider-Man. But for some reason, she traveled across the universe and came to Universe 65, which is the universe where Gwen is. Then she released a radioactive super spider for an experiment. This experiment created Gwen, the female Spider-Man. And the reason why she did this experiment was to test whether the Spider-Man created by this method would have any side effects. Because she intends to create an army of Spider-Man and go back to find her nemesis, the magic wheel for revenge. Without the appearance of Su-Hong, the future Gwen would become an ordinary person again because of the serum developed by Cobweb. Finally, because of the appearance of Venom, the Spider-Man's ability was regained. Finally, there is the plot of the parallel universe. Gwen traveled to other Spider-Man universes. Isn't it? Gwen asked suspiciously. But after listening to Su-Hong's questioning, she felt that she became like this, as if it was not accidental. After all, it was just a bite from a spider. The result is great strength, stamina, jumping ability, and the ability to stand and walk on walls. Possess super perception ability. As long as anyone is malicious towards her, she can feel it immediately. That's why Su-Hong pulled her into his arms. She struggled subconsciously, and then there was no reason for struggling. Not to mention whether she can struggle to break free from Su-Hong's restraint. From the fact that she didn't feel any malice from Su-Hong, and she didn't feel any danger from that keen perception, it can be seen that Su-Hong didn't have any malice towards her. She naturally didn't have to struggle hard. Definitely not. There's never a pie in this world. Falling from the sky, big pie. Gwen was a little taken aback. Why do big pies fall from the sky? Su-Hong, forget it. I will explain this to you later. You just need to know that I'm a superhero just like you. If you're Superman, does it mean that Superman knows ability? You know it? Gwen suddenly asked curiously. Definitely. Not only will he do it, I will do it, he won't. So will I. Then can you see through? What do you think? Su-Hong smirked. Gwen blushed suddenly. Su-Hong knew what Gwen was thinking. Okay, what are you thinking about? Am I the kind of person who likes to spy on others? Do you think it is difficult for a super handsome guy like me and a very rich person to find a woman? Why should I want to spy on others? Gwen breathed a sigh of relief. After thinking about it carefully, I found that Su-Hong was right. Then the things I usually say? Although I have the ability of a Superman, I am not a Superman. I don't have the idea of spying on the world, nor will I spy on other people's privacy. I have my own business to do. This time I came to this world where you are, and I'm also here for vacation. I'm not here to be some kind of superhero. The reason why I told you my identity is to tell you that if you have any troubles in the future, you can come to me and I will help you. Okay, do you want to take a look at the scenery here? If you don't, I'll take you back. Don't worry, it's the first time to see the Earth from this angle. I want to see it for a while. Looking from outside the universe, the Earth is really the most beautiful of all the planets. Gwen sighed. She is in no hurry to return to Earth. After all, it is impossible for ordinary people to have such an opportunity to see the Earth in the vacuum of the universe. Why go back early? Gwen is in no hurry. Su-Hong didn't care either. Just stayed with her in the universe for half an hour. Su-Hong took Gwen back to Earth. I have to say, your battle suit is really too simple. It looks like you bought it randomly on the side of the road. Gwen was slightly embarrassed. This is the first time I've made this thing, and the craftsmanship is a bit lacking. I'm already researching a new battle suit right now. No, you come with me. Su-Hong interrupted. Gwen directly. Signal the latter to follow him. Gwen didn't refuse and followed directly. This is her first visit to Su Hong's house. The file size is exactly the same as her home, but the layout is a little different. Here, it is more spacious. There are not as many things as her house, and it is not as warm as her house. Soon, Su Hong brought Gwen to the first floor and stood in front of desk. Your house, don't you have some sort of secret basement? Gwen asked curiously. After all, that's how it's done in movies. But she thinks that possibility is very low. This house was bought by Su Hong. Second, Su Hong has only been here for a few days. All in all, it was exactly 10 days. 1 day is not more, 1 day is less. But in the next second, Su Hong broke her guess. Because after Su Hong pulled the book, the desk in front of them was moved away. Then a door appeared in front of them. All her words were swallowed. There really is an underground secret room. Following Su Hong, Lu Wen came to Su Hong's underground secret room. The space below is much larger than she expected. There are 8 floors below, and each floor has a file size of 400 square meters. Lots of space. The top floor is my usual leisure place. For example, it's okay to make some favorite food here. Let's go to the 6th floor. There's my laboratory. There's a gift I have prepared for you a long time ago. Okay. Gwen nodded. The two got on the elevator and came to the 6th floor. This is Su Hong's lab. It is said to be a laboratory, but it is actually more like a material accumulation room. Because after Gwen came in, what he saw was not all kinds of high-tech occupying the room. It was a pile of metal materials she didn't recognize at all, piled up in the room. These are my latest nanoalloys. A nanomaterial metal material, this kind of thing, I have it put outside. This thing costs $100,000 per gram, and people are rushing to buy it. There is no gold. Su Hong didn't talk nonsense. Because of these nanometals, he used vibranium, Edmond secondary alloys, and nanomaterial synthesis. Although nanomaterials occupy the main components, but the vibranium and Edmond secondary alloys used in it are not small. With these two things added, the hardness and energy absorption ability of this thing, needless to say, probably just standing there and letting Thanos chop with his machete for half an hour. Can't break the defense. Vibranium's energy absorption, the hardness of Edmond's secondary alloy, plus the powerful self-healing ability and ability absorption ability of nanomaterials. Thanos hacked with his machete for half an hour, but it really couldn't break the defense. These materials were specially prepared by Su Hong, in addition to being used to create battle suits for yourself and those around you. This is also the material that Su Hong plans to use to upgrade the bodies of Megatron and Optimus Prime next. Although Megatron and Optimus Prime have metal bodies, their performance in the movie is really average. Not to mention guns, as long as human guns can hit their weak points, such as eyes, they can also cause great harm to them. Some powerful artillery can crush them with one shot. Like the world of Iron Man, the Jericho ballistic developed by Tony, with a random shot, it is estimated that Megatron and Optimus Prime can be easily solved. Definitely, the premise is that the two of them are unprepared, but it can be seen how fragile the defense of the two is. Even if Su Hong used the fire seed source to upgrade them later, make their own metal bodies harder. But in terms of defense, in fact, the enhancement is not much. With their huge bodies, if their bodies are upgraded with the current metal, then those two guys will be the real meat grinders on the battlefield. Once they set foot on the battlefield, all flesh and blood creatures will become unattractive in front of them. As long as the armor stack is thick enough, then only I can hurt others. And both Optimus Prime and Megatron are the leader-level shape-shifting King Kong in shape-shifting King Kong. Whether it is wisdom or combat experience, they're very rich. As long as they are replaced with a more powerful body, they will become real gods of death on the battlefield, become an existence capable of killing gods. The gift Su Hong prepared for Gwen was a black and white Spider-Man battlesuit, similar to the one in the anime. But there are some differences. It looks more high-end and more handsome. Definitely, the most important thing is the material. This is the material that Su Hong calls a new nanometal. As long as you put on this battlesuit, as long as Gwen doesn't take it off, even Thanos can't do anything to her. In addition, That battle suit also has stealth, flight, detection, acceleration, self-identification. Except for Gwen, other people cannot wear it. Automatic driving, and comes with a super artificial intelligence that can cooperate with you. Definitely, as a Spider-Man, the function of spraying cobweb is naturally indispensable. If you can't swing around in the sky, what kind of Spider-Man is that? Moreover, as a nanomaterial, it is very convenient to use. Su-Hong took down a beautiful silver bracelet from a transparent glass cabinet. This is my gift to you. Su-Hong gave Gwen a beautiful silver bracelet. There are some patterns that she doesn't know are engraved on it, and the color is not a single silver, but also mixed with a touch of emerald green, which is very beautiful. It is certainly a very beautiful work of art. It's beautiful. Gwen took it. He was not polite to Su-Hong, because she knew that Su-Hong's family had a great career, so there was no need to be polite to him. The most important thing is that what Su-Hong gave away, he never wanted to go back. If he gives it to you, you must want it, and if you don't want it, he will still be angry. After one experience. Anyway, Gwen wasn't refusing her presents anymore. Unless it is very, very expensive. Definitely, it's beautiful, but it's more practical and it suits you. You can take off your battle suit first. Gwen froze for a moment. But then it is also a direct action. As Su-Hong said, he took off his clothes. Her facade is naturally not vacuum. Instead, she wore underwear. As for dragging it down in front of Su-Hong, will she be as shy as she is? After learning that Su-Hong has the ability to see through. In front of Su-Hong, she was more open-minded than before. It doesn't matter if you're wearing underwear anyway. Take off the homemade battle suit. The face is slightly reddened. To say I'm not shy at all would be a lie. But Gwen's expression was controlled calmly. What's next? She knew that if Su-Hong took off her previous battle suit, she definitely wasn't invincible. Take your bracelet-wearing hand and clap 3 times on your chest. Gwen complied. Just after filming, she suddenly found that the bracelet shook. Then a black thing flowed out from the bracelet. Quickly cover her whole body. She was a little panicked at first, but she quickly calmed down, because she found that these things are not living things. Soon, these things covered her whole body. The whole process takes no more than 3 seconds, and she didn't feel anything crawling on her body. It was more like a gust of wind blowing all over her body. You could take a look in the mirror over there. Gwen walked towards a mirror pointed by Su-Hong. Soon, she was standing in front of the mirror. I also saw myself in a black and white battle suit. How should I put it? She is very handsome and shows her figure perfectly. She's actually in good shape. But the battle suit she designed herself is like a bloated coat on her body. And now this body suits her very well. Although the eyes are blocked by things. But not only did it not affect her eyesight, but it also strengthened her eyesight. She found that the perspective she could see was bigger. She knew that it must be because of this battle suit. This is a nano-metal battle suit. I specially made it for you. Wearing it, even if you're standing in the center of the Mahai bomb explosion, you will not die. No matter how penetrating machine guns are, special armor-piercing bullets can't hit it. In addition, this battle suit also has functions such as stealth, flight, acceleration, strength increase, automatic control, super artificial intelligence assistance, automatic identification, weapon equipment, automatic combat, etc. There are many functions you can take the time to understand by yourself. You just said super artificial intelligence assistance. Yes, I named the artificial intelligence Monday, and you can get a name you prefer. If you need help from it, just call it by name. I have recorded your voice into its system. Now, Li Hao, only works if you call it, and it doesn't work if I call it. Monday. It's my pleasure to serve you, Ms. Gwen. I'm Monday. A pleasant female voice sounded in my ears. May I ask what you need? Not yet. Gwen was amazed. She didn't expect that Su-Hong would give her such a gift. She believed what Su-Hong said. After all, she already knew Su-Hong's identity. There is no need for the other party to lie to her. Are you satisfied with this gift? Definitely. I like it very much. But why did you give me this gift? You have given me enough things. Don't you already know the answer, Gwen? But I'm not ready yet. Don't worry. Take your time. We still have a lot of time. Now, let's go. I'll take you out. You could try this gift I prepared for you first and learn more about it. At the same time that Gwen followed Su-Hong to his basement. 12. Blank Avenue. A chase between the police and the robbers is being staged. A group of robbers took advantage of the darkness to rob a bank. Those guys were crazy. They used explosives in the city and blew up the bank's vault. You know, this is New York. Such behavior can be said to not take the police in New York City seriously. No different than a lunatic. New York City police officers on duty after receiving a call to the police. The incident was reported to the superior immediately, and at the same time, the police were dispatched. George Stacy, the chief of the New York City Police Department, also quickly received a call at home. The first time he received the call, he was a little unbelievable. Robbing banks also happens from time to time in New York City, but this is really the first time that dynamite was directly used to rob a bank. You know, this is New York, and it is not that simple to get explosives here. Even if you get it and use it in this place, you have to consider the consequences after using it. After receiving the call, when he put on his trousers, he carried the shoes and clothes and ran downstairs. After getting in the car, put on your shoes and clothes while driving. Soon, he will be reconciled with the large army. Where did the robbers go? How many were there? How many weapons were in their hands? Is anyone injured on our side? The George arrived. 587. For questions were raised. Head, they ran towards Frink Street. There were 6 robbers in total. They had automatic and semi-automatic firepower in their hands. They also had grenades, C4 explosive kits, and RPGs. As for our guys, there are currently 3 injured and 2 police cars lost. I see. Have someone set up a barricade on Frink Avenue at once. We can't let these people escape this time. Otherwise, we will wait to report tomorrow and be said to be incompetent. George Stacy said with an ugly face. He is well aware of how low the integrity of those media is. As long as they can earn sales, they can completely write scribbles with their eyes closed, not caring about the consequences of writing like this and what kind of follow-up it will cause. For them, as long as the newspaper sells more and they transfer the money, that's enough. Others, they don't care. George didn't want his name to appear in the newspaper tomorrow, or in a way of being branded incompetent. A minibus is driving quickly in the city center. Because it was night, there were basically no vehicles on the road. There are no pedestrians, and the speed of the minibus, Kfedge, is extremely fast. In the car, Jonathan and his party were excited. They're a group of 6 people. The leader is Jonathan, who once served in the Marine Corps, became a mercenary after retiring, and fought in South Africa for several years. But no money was transferred, so he came up with the idea of robbing the bank. After all, the money comes in so quickly, but it takes a lot of planning, and it takes reliable and helpful companions. So, he found 2 more people. These 5 people were met when he was fighting in South Africa. There is no problem with their skills, and their courage is big enough. As long as they have money, they dare to do anything. Then they carried out the robbery. The robbery this time was so successful. To be honest, Jonathan and the others did not expect it. At the moment, there are bags of dollar bills in the minibus. Each bag is hundreds of thousands, and such bags are worn in the car for about 20 people. It was also because there was too much money transported that gave the police time to arrive. Otherwise, they would have abandoned them long ago. But they were all veterans who had been on the battlefield, and they didn't pay attention to the police car behind them at all. Everyone is very excited at the moment. After all, with so much money, at least there are more than 10 million US dollars. That's more than $10 million, and the 6 of them will share equally. At least one person can share more than $2 million. This is no small sum. In 2009, the salary of an ordinary person was only $1,000 or $2,000 a month. The monthly salary of high-level white-collar workers is only about $6,000 to $9,000 US dollars. $2 million. High-level white-collar workers can't earn it for 10 years. The money, not to mention allowing them to realize the freedom of wealth, will have no worries about food and clothing for the rest of their lives. At least it will keep them rich for a long time. There will definitely be no shortage of beautiful women with luxury cars. How can this not excite them? But they also know that the police are still chasing them now, and they have to escape the pursuit of this group of policemen before the robbery can be considered a real success. Bob, give those police cars a hard time, Their whining is really annoying. Okay, here you go. The one called Bob was a tall black man about 1.9 meters tall. Seeing that he was carrying an RPG launcher, he got out of the window of the bus and aimed the RPG at the 3 police cars that were chasing after him. Behind, the policeman who was driving suddenly noticed Bob poking his head out of the car. When he noticed the RPG on his shoulder, he immediately turned pale. Damn it, it's an RPG. The companion next to him also had a look on his face. The next second, the RPG launched, and a bomb flew towards them with a long white tail. High speed. Damn. The man driving the police car could only make an emergency turn. At this time, I don't care whether I will hit something next to me. Because he was the first car, he had seen the situation ahead. The 2 police cars behind him were miserable. Because they didn't see the situation ahead, they didn't evade immediately. Wait until they react. RPG has flown in front of them. Boom! It was a loud bang. The 2 police cars were thrown into the air. In the next second, it was engulfed in a sea of flames, and the screams of the police soon came from inside the car. Seeing this scene, Jonathan and others on the bus laughed with joy, because it finally solved the annoying guy behind him. Now, they could just walk away with their money. Cole, who got on the first police car, got out of the car. I saw my colleague screaming in the flames. His face was very ugly and anxious. Because of the current situation, they can't do anything. That's all they can look at. Powerless. This made them angry and helpless. At this moment, a white figure descended from the sky. Cole was surprised, but soon they recognized who it was. It was reported by the media in the past few days that a vigilante appeared on the streets of New York City, a guy called Spider-Man. And the other person seemed to be a woman. Cole glanced at Gwen again. Later, she added to her heart that she was a daughter with a good figure. It was none other than Gwen who arrived at the first time. Monday, is there a way to put out the fire? Yes, Miss Gwen. The battlesuit has a cooling system. You just put your palms on the 2 cars. Monday's voice sounded. Upon hearing Monday's words, Gwen immediately followed suit. Point the palms of both hands at the burning car. Just aligned. 2 cold tubes were quickly condensed in the palm of the hand. Then extreme cold air gushed out from it. The flames were extinguished in seconds. A second police car followed. Wait until the fire is extinguished. Gwen stepped forward and directly opened the doors of the 2 police cars. Because both police cars were flipped over, it is difficult for ordinary people to open the door. Only when she forcibly destroys it with force can others rescue the people on the facade. Gwen arrived just in time, and the police officer in the car hadn't been burned to death, but also because of the fire. They all suffered extensive burns. Under the clothes and on the face, there were extensive burns. It looks very scary, but at least he survived. Monday, the extensive burns on these people's faces. Do you have a solution? Gwen asked. Ms. Gwen, Spider Battlesuit can't solve this kind of extensive burns, but Mr. Sue has a solution. If you want to help them, you can go to Mr. Sue. Okay. Gwen understood. Clap, clap, clap. Just then, a burst of applause rang out. It was Cole and the others who took the picture. The appearance of Gwen can be said to be very timely. If she hadn't appeared in time, the policemen in both cars would have died. The police above are their colleagues and their friends. But just now, they could only watch helplessly, but they couldn't do anything. They're very afraid that when they encounter this kind of situation in the future, their friends can only watch, but they are powerless and unable to save them. The appearance of Gwen brought them a glimmer of hope. Seriously, since Gwen showed up, most people in the police department actually don't like her. Think she's a nosy person, because fighting criminals should have been the duty and work of their police officers. Now that Gwen has robbed them of their jobs, does that mean that the police are incompetent and they're just a bunch of drunks? So most of the police don't actually like the female Spider-Man Gwen. Among them, Cole is also included. But today, he is really grateful to Gwen and ashamed of what he thought before. Gwen was also taken aback by Cole's applause. Thank you for saving them, Spider-Man. It's well. I have a way to help them deal with the burns on their bodies, but now is not the time to deal with this. I have to go after the fleeing robbers first. But they may have escaped now. If you are like this, you may not be able to catch up with them. I have my way. You should call an ambulance for your colleagues first. After speaking, Gwen will not delay any longer. With the crowd watching, she got Monday in a flight mode. In fact, Gwen doesn't like flight very much because the feeling of weightlessness makes her feel insecure. She likes the feeling that everything is under her control. But as things stand now, she doesn't fly at all. There was no way to catch up with the robbers who had fled. 2 spray devices appeared from Gwen's back, and at the same time, 2 small wings appeared on her shoulders. Then, Gwen soared into the sky. Cole and others looked dumbfounded. Is this really real technology? On the minibus, Jonathan and others are already discussing how to divide the money. Boss, there are a lot of policemen blocking the way ahead. They also put up roadblocks. Suddenly, the robber who was driving said. Jonathan's face darkened, and he knew that things were not that simple. There are a few rounds left in the RPG. 4 rounds. The speed doesn't slow down. If I shoot out all the RPGs, I can't do it. They dare to stand there and run into me directly. As for the thorns on the ground, don't worry about it. This car has been modified. The thorns are useless to this car. Jonathan sneered, as if he dared to come to New York to rob a bank with a little preparation. He's not a brainless person. When planning, he anticipated many things. It was in his plan that the police would use ground spikes to intercept them. For this reason, he specially asked someone to get a minibus that is not afraid of thorns. The purpose is to deal with the current situation. As for the use of heavy weapons by the police, he is not worried at all. After all, there are tens of millions of dollars in their cars. If you want to send it, you accidentally blow up the minibus. How can I get my money back from the bank? This responsibility will definitely be the responsibility of the police. So he didn't have to worry about the police using heavy weapons when it wasn't necessary. Not to mention that this is New York City. Ask for flowers. If the police really use it, it will be a big trouble. The game rules actually have no restrictions on them, but the police are more restricted. Several robbers heard the words and immediately started to act. Soon, 2 RPG launchers were driven out of the car window and pointed in the direction of the police. In the crowd, George was holding a loudspeaker, ready to shout to the robbers. In the next second, he saw 2 black cannon barrels protruding from the 2 windows of the minibus. This scene made George stunned. Then he realized what the other party was going to do. It's an RPG. Get out of the way. George shouted. A group of policemen also hurriedly avoided. At the same time, he hated the person who supplied the robbers with weapons. This is New York City, and it is not easy to get heavy firepower like RPG. 0. Ordinary people definitely don't have the ability to do this. Bang bang. 2 RPG bombs flew out, fly directly toward the police. But because the minibus is moving, the robbers were not so accurate. The 2 shots missed, did not hit the police directly. Instead, it hit 3 or 4 meters in front of them. How a blast there. Although it also caused trouble to the police, but only a few policemen did not evade in the first place. Hit by flying debris. Suffered some skin trauma. Damn short. It's okay. The car is getting closer. Look at me blowing them up with 1 shot this time. Load the last 2 RPGs left. The 2 transmitters were mounted outside the car window again. Aim at George and others on the opposite side. Saw the robbers set up 2 RPG launchers again. George is going to scold his mother. Which son of a bitch gave this gang of robbers an RPG? Bang bang. Just as George was cursing, 2 shells were unloaded and flew towards them. In the sky, Gwen came and happened to see this scene. Definitely, she also spotted her father, George Stacy, at a glance in the crowd. The dynamic capture function that comes with the battle suit allows her to have eagle-like vision in the air. It's over. Looking at the flying RPG. This is the thought shared by George and most of the police at the moment, because they have no time to avoid one. In the next second, a white spider web suddenly fell from the sky. Hanging at a distance of 10 meters in front of them, 2 flying RPGs just hit the spider web. Boom, boom. 2 explosions sounded. The spider web was instantly wrapped in flames. But soon, the flames all disappeared again. A pure white spider web is exposed. These spider webs are the super spider webs made by Su Hong. Not only are they very tough, but they're also fire resistant. Unless it dissolves automatically after an hour, otherwise, it is difficult for you to dispose of it within an hour. The robbers did not expect that their RPG would be blocked by a spiderweb that suddenly fell from the sky. What they didn't expect was even more. The explosion of the two RPGs did not burn the spiderweb. By the time they wanted to escape, it was too late. The speed of the minibus is not slow because it has to rush directly there. By the time they wanted to slow down and evade against the 980, it was too late. The minibus plunged directly into the spiderweb. Spiderwebs are tougher than robbers imagined. Because the minibus did not directly break through the spiderweb, but was stopped by the spiderweb forcefully. It's not waiting for the robbers to make any new moves. Puff! Suddenly, there was a sound of an object falling on the roof of the minibus. In the next second, an incision was cut directly into the minibus army. Then a white figure fell into the carriage. It was Gwen. The sudden appearance of Gwen caught the robbers by surprise. Jonathan and the others don't know this new neighbor who just appeared in New York City. After all, it's only been a week since Gwen became Spider-Man, and Jonathan and the others had been preparing for the bank robbery before, so they had no time to pay attention to other things. Naturally, he didn't know Gwen's existence. You guys can catch them without a fight. Gwen glanced at the 6 Jonathans and then said out loud. Her voice has been processed and is a little different from her original voice. It sounds more mature and sexier. Even if George was in person, he couldn't tell that it was his daughter Gwen's voice. At most, he felt that the voice sounded a bit like his own daughter Gwen's voice. Are you joking? Jonathan sneered. The automatic rifle in his hand was raised to aim at Gwen, and he fired without hesitation. Tongues of flames danced. He doesn't care if the other party is a man or a woman. If he blocks his way, go to hell. It's a pity that the idea was good, but the reality gave him a slap in the face. The bullet hit Gwen's body, making the sound of metal clashing. Kinetic energy and impact are absorbed by the vibranium inside the nanometal. The bullet that lost its kinetic energy fell directly to the ground. After a round of bullets was fired, Gwen stood in place with no damage. The first time she saw that Jonathan was about to shoot, Gwen originally planned to avoid it. But spider telepathy didn't warn her of the danger, plus Su Hong's words before, saying that she was wearing this battle suit. Even if she was in the center of the wooden explosion, she would be unscathed. She didn't hide. Instead, stand where you are. Let Jonathan shoot her with an automatic rifle. After sweeping a magazine, the bullet fell into a car box, and Gwen was left intact. This scene stunned all the robbers. When did they encounter such a scene? Even in the formidable body armor. If he was hit by an automatic rifle at close range, he would have broken a dozen ribs if he didn't die. But now this scene, are you sure it's not a movie? Definitely, Nathan and the others just have some doubts about life. Didn't really feel like it was making a movie. After all, they were really robbing. But even if this scene is a bit outrageous, they don't intend to just catch it with nothing. They don't want to go to jail. Even if there is a slight chance, they will choose to resist. So after discovering that automatic rifles are useless against Gwen, holding the gun, Jonathan rushed towards Gwen, intending to knock Gwen down with the butt of the gun. Others followed suit. But it is a pity that what they are facing is an extraordinary human being. Even without this battle suit, it would not be difficult for Gwen to deal with Jonathan and the others. It's just not as simple as it is now, facing the butt of the gun that Jonathan smashed. Although Gwen has never learned any fighting skills. But she reacted fast enough. It was easy to dodge. Then with a random kick, Jonathan was kicked out. This is because she deliberately controlled the power. Otherwise, if she kicked with all her strength, she felt that her feet would be no worse than a sharp sword. It is estimated that it will directly penetrate Jonathan's body. Soon, none of Jonathan's party in the carriage was still standing. Either a hand was broken, a foot was broken, or several ribs in the chest were broken. Lie on the ground one by one. Gwen picked up all their guns. After confirming that they have no weapons on them, get off the bus. After taking a look at his father, George Stacy, to make sure that the latter was fine, Gwen flew away directly. It wasn't until Gwen flew away that George Stacy understood that the matter was settled. Then he took the people and ran towards the minibus. On the minibus, Nathan's gang has been tied together. Because of their injuries, everyone was screaming there. George doesn't care about that. Let the police pull them down violently. Afterwards, there was no less money that was robbed lightly. He had just learned that Gwen rescued several of his police officers. Otherwise, they probably lost several guys in this robbery. This made him, who didn't like Spider-Man before, feel very complicated for a while. The other side, after solving the robbery, Gwen didn't go straight home. Instead, let Monday monitor the police department's calls to the police. If someone calls the police, she will be notified of the news as soon as possible, and she will rush over. In one night, Gwen solved 8 vicious incidents. Among them, there were 3 cases of robbery, 2 cases of kidnapping, and 3 cases of rescuing some students who came out to play at night and were targeted by gangsters. This gave Gwen a great sense of accomplishment. It feels like what you do is meaningful. Everyone is very happy. She is also very satisfied with the battlesuit that Sue Hong gave her. It has many functions and is very practical. Compared with the battlesuit she made herself, this battlesuit has no disadvantages in 1.3. She likes it very much. Perhaps, apart from music, being a superhero is also a good thing. On the other hand, this matter is over for Gwen. But for George, not so. From Jonathan's mouth, he has already obtained the weapon who provided them. As for Jonathan, they killed him. Come on, they're a bunch of bank robbers. They don't have any morals. Now that they are caught, if they tell who sold them the weapons, their treatment in prison can be a little bit better. Then they will never say. And George also learned from Jonathan and the others who sold them the weapons. The answer he got was almost the same as what he had guessed. In New York, there's only one person who can be so unscrupulous. That is the underworld emperor of Hell's Kitchen, Gene Bin. Many people know the name Gene Bin, but few people know what Gene Bin really looks like. Not even George Stacy. Many people said that Gene Bin is a strong man in his early 2 meters, so he can unify the underworld forces in Hell's Kitchen and become the only underworld emperor in Hell's Kitchen. Some people also said that he is actually very thin, with a height of 1.8 meters and not a big man, but he has a face that makes people afraid. Some people also said that Gene Bin is a short man, less than 1.6 meters tall, and weighs 300 caddies. He needs someone to help him walk. Some even said that Kim was not a woman. Definitely, this is all nonsense. It may also be the news released by Gene Bin himself. Anyway, few people know what Gene Bin really looks like. Even George Stacy, too. Because if he knew, he would have arrested Gene Bin long ago. But the problem is, he doesn't know what Kim looks like, nor where he lives. He manages power through his hands. Very few people have actually seen Gene Bin. Only his real confidants know what he looks like. It is known that it is Gene Bin. George was angry and helpless. 25 angry because of this incident. Helpless because even if he knew it was gold and sold Jonathan and their weapons, there is no way to take him. Even if there is evidence, it is useless. Because they don't know where Gene Bin is, and they can't find him, let alone arrest him. The next morning, as soon as Gwen woke up, she saw her father, George Stacy, with 2 dark circles under his eyes, coming back from outside in a police uniform. "Dad, what is this?" "It's nothing. It's just that I worked overtime last night and didn't sleep. Don't tell your mother about this. I'm going to bed first. I'm afraid I won't be able to send you to school today. Go to school by yourself." "Okay." Gwen nodded. "Don't let me know anything." Mrs. Helen's voice came from behind as Gwen was walking away. Gwen quickened her pace immediately. Not in a hurry to go to school. Rather, she planned to escape here, because next, George would be scolded by Mrs. Helen. As soon as she went out, she saw Sue Hong, who had also just left. "Do you want me to take you to school?" Sue Hong looked over. Gwen walked directly towards Sue Hong. Sit in the co-pilot. She wasn't curious how Sue Hong knew that George couldn't send her school today. Compared to this, she was more curious about why her father didn't come back all night. It stands to reason that after he finished handling yesterday's robbery case, he should be able to come back. "Do you know why my father came back at this time?" Gwen asked with a slight tilt of her head. "Definitely." "Because of what?" "Gene Bin." "Gene Bin? Is this a person's name?" "Definitely. The underworld emperor of Hell's Kitchen. He is there, covering the sky with one hand. Even the police can't do anything about him. Your father came back so late because of him. This robbery is related to him." Gwen felt that Su Hong should know about it. Yes, I have some relationship with him. The weapons and bombs used by the robbers were all bought from him. In New York, you can only buy heavy firepower from him. Then why not arrest him directly? Is it because there is no evidence? No, because no one knows who he is. Jean Bin is just a name, and it can also be a code name, because few people have ever seen the real Jean Bin. Then do you know what Kim looks like? Definitely. In fact, if you're interested in this, you can just ask Monday. It will help you solve the problem. Well, thank you for giving me this gift. It's really nice, and I like it very much. Gwen thanked her sincerely. Is it just a verbal thank you? Gwen froze for a moment, but she soon understood what Su Hong meant. With a slightly red face, she lightly touched Su Hong's cheek. Is this okay? It's not bad. Su Hong smiled. It's actually quite interesting to develop something. For him, if he wants a woman, it's very simple. Hell's Kitchen in Ridong Villa. Jean also received news from his subordinates that Jonathan and the others were arrested. It's really a bunch of trash. Giving them such a weapon failed. Jean Bing said with a blank expression. Even if he is mocking people, people can't see what he is thinking in his heart. The reason for providing weapons to Jonathan and the others was to rob banks in New York City. He is actually planning to start a business where the mantis catches the cicada and the oriole follows. Unexpectedly, Jonathan and his gang of trash were caught. For nothing the heavy firepower he provided them. It's a shame. They weren't caught by the police. Our people in the police force sent word that Jonathan and the others were caught by a white spider monster, and that was a woman. They call her Spider-Man. The police didn't do much. Oh, spider monster. Yes, the man was wearing a white dress with a spider pattern on it. This is a photo. I heard that Jonathan and the others shot her with an automatic rifle at close range, but they couldn't hurt her. The bullets were all blocked by her clothes. Oh, there was a look of interest on Jean Bing's face. The power of automatic rifles is not low, especially in the case of frontal close-range shooting. It can directly beat people in a rags. Interesting. Jean was not talking, but took out his mobile phone. Dial 720 a number. Why did you call me all of a sudden? The call was quickly connected, and then a deep female voice came from the other end of the phone. Haven't you paid attention to your experimental target recently? Jean Bin's voice sounded. Obviously, he knew the woman on the other end of the phone, and they were very close. Why? Why are you suddenly interested in this matter? You don't continue to study your particle accelerator. No, it's just that an interesting thing happened today. Perhaps you should really take out the incident to see your experimental target. Otherwise, you will cause big trouble for a follow-up cooperation. Kim doesn't think long-term, although Gwen hasn't found any trouble with him yet. But Gwen is so nosy and will definitely find them trouble in the future. To deal with such supermen, Jean Bin's men have nothing to do. This kind of thing has to be left to that woman, Cindy Moon Cobweb. After all, Gwen was made by her. Jean didn't know exactly what that woman Cindy was doing. After all, her residence, her funds, including her subordinates, were all provided by him. The two are cooperative. So he also knew about Gwen, but he hadn't taken it seriously before. But now on Gwen's side, it is obvious that someone else has intervened, so things have become more troublesome. Cindy Moon, on the other end of the phone, frowned. Okay, I'll pay attention. She knew what kind of person Jean was. After all, there's also a Jean Bin in the universe she was in before. Looks like a muscular, simple-minded guy. In fact, that guy is not only not low in personal force, but also a very smart and cunning person. When it comes to acting, he is very ruthless and once made Spider-Man suffer a lot. And the Jean Bin in this world is no different from the Jean Bin in the world she is in. Smart, sinister, and cunning, like a vicious tiger hiding in the dark. It may come out at any time and bite you. I hope you will really pay attention. Otherwise, our cooperation will have to be suspended. After finishing speaking, Jean Bin hung up the phone. It was clearly a threatening word. Cindy dislikes Jean Bin's threats. This made her a little annoyed, but she quickly calmed herself down. Although Jean Bin's words are annoying, what he said is also true. Moreover, the two are in a cooperative relationship. There is no need to push each other to the opposite side. Win-win cooperation is the best. It would be foolish to turn friends into enemies. At least Jean and this partner Cindy thinks it is still useful. She didn't want to turn against him. Even if she wanted to turn against him, it was not at this time. Kathy, come here. After hanging up the phone, Cindy shouted to the outside. Soon, a young girl with a very good figure walked in, wearing a black OL outfit with golden eyes and blonde hair. Is there anything I can do, Miss Cindy? Kathy Kazil. She is part of Cindy's Spider Legion. He is also one of Cindy's right-hand men. Like her, Kathy is also a female spider, possesses the same ability as her. The only difference is that she cannot release the cobweb directly by hand. Need to rely on cobweb injection device, speed injection cobweb. There's something here for you to do. You say, does Gwen Stacy remember the goal of the previous experiment? I remember there was a female senior in Midtown High School who was quite pretty. Her father was the chief of the New York City Police Department, George Stacy. I want you to investigate her and see what she's been doing recently, who she's been in contact with, and what she's been doing recently. Okay. Casey nodded. Watching Casey leave, Cindy's eyes gradually lost focus. She was wondering what Gwen had done to make Jean call her specially. Could it be that Lewin did something that made Jean Bing feel jealous? But Gwen is just an ordinary high school student. Her father, George Stacy, was the commissioner of the New York City Police Department. But that doesn't change the fact that Gwen Stacy is just an average high school student. So what did she do to make Jean Bing call her specially? The other side, after Su Hong sent Gwen to school, just used the teleportation skill to go back to the shape-shifting King Kong world. After the balance of the account breaks, Su Hong upgraded the teleportation skill twice more. Now the cooling time has changed to every 3 seconds. Su Hong can teleport to any world he wants at any time. After all, the cooling time is only 3 seconds. This time I came back to collect gold, plus his time in the Marvel Universe. It has been more than half a month since shape-shifting King Kong world. More than half a month has passed, and those shape-shifting King Kongs he created must have dug out a lot of gold for him again. In fact, it was as Su Hong thought. This time he came over, the shape-shifting King Kongs had dug up a lot of gold for him. After letting the system recycle, his balance immediately increased by more than 20 trillion. 1 trillion is 1 trillion US dollars. Subsequently, Su Hong bought a large amount of metal from the system, created billions of shape-shifting King Kong, and then sent them across the galaxy through space bridges, allowing them to mine gold. After that, Su Yun directly activated the teleportation skill, transported myself to a new world. Because there will be nothing going on with Gwen for the time being, and he is not needed. He plans to go to another new world to play. Time, 1962. Commonwealth in Wall Estate, Las Vegas. This world-class casino. Even at night, it is brightly lit, just like daytime. On the street, people come and go, cars run rampant. The men are dressed in suits and leather shoes, and the women are beautiful and gorgeous. In Las Vegas, there are only 3 things that are most common here: money, wine, and beautiful women. In a car, a man is holding a telescope, looking at the place where the Hellfire Club is located. He's an agent of the CIA, Donnie Harrison. Definitely, he was not the only one in the car, but also a blonde woman named Maura Magtheda. She is also an agent of the CIA. The two of them appeared here because they had a mission. Their task this time is to keep an eye on a colonel officer named Hendry. Although he is only a colonel officer, his colleague is also a military officer belonging to NATO. The position is not high, but the power is not small. The special status of the NATO military alliance allows him to possess great real power, even though he is only a colonel. And Downey and Mora's mission this time, just staring at him, figuring out why this NATO colonel officer suddenly came to Las Vegas by special plane. Who asked him out again? What is the purpose? These are the reasons why Downey and Mora appear here. Damn it, Mora! Guess what I saw? I saw an Asian suddenly appear out of thin air. Damn it, I must not be hallucinating. Donnie's voice suddenly sounded. Mora's train of thought was interrupted. What did you say? If she hadn't been with Downey all the time, she would have wondered if this guy had smoked too much marijuana just now, and his brain was out of order. Damn it, I don't know. I don't have a problem with my eyes. Wait, that man is walking towards us. Mora, Boom, boom. At this moment, the window of the car they were in was suddenly knocked. An Asian man appeared from the car window. Although Mora was puzzled, but he still opened the car door and walked out. Sir, what's the matter with you? Definitely, while she was speaking, Delise, eyes were also staring in the direction of Colonel Hendry. It's nothing. It's just that your friends seem to have seen my sudden appearance just now. I just came here to remind him not to talk nonsense. Well, I don't think you should talk nonsense. That's good. Su Hong nodded with a smile. Then walk in the direction of the Hellfire Club. Su Hong did not expect that the world he came to this time would be the world of X-Men, and depending on the time, it would be the timeline of the first battle of X-Men. In this world, you can have fun with it. It should be quite interesting. When Su Hong walked away, Mora, who was distracted because of Colonel Hendry, suddenly realized that there seemed to be something wrong with what she just said. Wait, Su Hong just said that Donnie saw the thing that he suddenly appeared out of thin air. Could it be that Donnie wasn't dazzled just now? All he saw was real hooks. He looked towards Su Hong. He found that Su Hong had already walked to his target person, Hendry, and then directly past him and walked into the Hellfire Club. That guy is also a member of the Hellfire Club. Seeing Su Hong directly entering the Hellfire Club without being stopped by the security at the door, Mora was surprised. Hellfire Club is no ordinary club. This club was first established in Great Britain in the 18th century, almost 200 years ago. The club implements a membership system, and membership is not something you can do if you want, but the club invites you unilaterally. And for the club to invite you, you must meet a condition, either rich or powerful. And this money and power is not the general money and power. You have to be rich and powerful. Otherwise, you are not eligible to be a member of this club at all. Because the membership level is too high, the invited people will also regard it as an honor to join the Hellfire Club. And joining the club, you can also get a lot of convenience. For example, you can make friends with powerful people in the club and make your business better. Those with power can make friends with rich people in the club and then turn their rights into money for their own entertainment. In addition, the club also helps launder money and transport some special items. And some things that cannot be bought outside. In Club 737, as long as you pay a certain price, someone will get them for you. For most people, joining a club definitely has more advantages than disadvantages. Otherwise, it's just a status symbol, and there's nothing to get into this club. After all, those who have money and power are not busy people, which is not standing on top of the human pyramids. There is no need to go out of your way to praise anyone's stinky feet. Damn it, that guy who suddenly appeared is also a member of Hellfire Club. Maybe you should have used his identity to sneak in directly just now. Downey also noticed that Su Hong directly entered Hellfire Club. Did he just appear out of nowhere? Even with Su Hong's words first, Mora still looked at Donnie and asked again. It's true, I saw it with my own eyes. Well, maybe you should forget about this. Why? Donnie asked back. Because that person didn't look easy to mess with just now. You might have to pretend you didn't see anything, or you might get into trouble. Downey. Soon, Mora noticed a group of beautiful girls wearing only underwear at the entrance of Hellfire Club. With a flash of inspiration in her brain, she immediately had a way to get in. She got into the car directly and began to undress. What are you doing? Donnie was startled when he heard the sound of her undressing. I thought Mora was going to have a fight with him in the car, but now they are on a mission. I know how to get in, using a method that the CIA didn't teach me. While speaking, Mora has quickly stripped off her clothes and pants, wearing only underwear, then get off directly, ran towards the Hellfire Club, relying on the same dress as those women. She easily sneaked into the club. In the club, Su Hong was standing in front of a gaming table. Hellfire Club is just a club, though. But located in Las Vegas, it naturally has the most things in Las Vegas, gambling. Moreover, setting up a few gaming tables here can also entertain the members who come here. Whether you make money or not is not mentioned. Those who can become Hellfire Club members have no money. For them, playing a few hands is entertainment. As for why Su Hong is not a member, he can still enter the Hellfire Club. Please, really treat his telepathy as dry rice. In this timeline, whose telepathy ability can beat him? Even the elderly Charles in the back, with the blessing of the brain wave strengthening device, can't compare to Su Hong, in terms of ability. It is too simple to block the perception of a few ordinary security guards and let them in. Moreover, Su Hong was dressed in a suit. He was tall, CFFC, and handsome with a high-quality aura. No one will doubt his identity. So he easily integrated into the circle of this group of people. As for Su Hong being Asian, they don't care at all, because being able to enter here is originally a symbol of identity, what race you are, and being able to enter here shows your ability. No need to care about race. After changing a few chips, Su Hong found a gaming table at random and started playing. After a while, he won a lot of chips. This made Su Hong noticed by many people around. Winning once or twice is luck. If you win a lot, there's a problem. As for what the problem is, only Su Hong knows. No one suspected Su Hong of cheating because the casino belonged to the club, and they couldn't help Su Hong cheat. Besides, this is the Hellfire Club, so cheating while playing here is unreasonable. Just when Su Hong was winning big, a group of sexy girls in underwear walked in. In the crowd, Su Hong saw Mora. Su Hong naturally knew about Mora's identity. The CIA's agent, the young Professor X and Magneto will also become colleagues with her. This woman is bold and smart enough. The only fly in the ointment is that she doesn't look very good and her figure is average. Not Su Hong's dish. She is in her 20s because Europeans and Americans age quickly. It looks like 30 or so. Anyway, Su Hong is not interested. When Su Hong noticed Mora, Mora also noticed Su Hong. After all, Su Hong is almost the tallest in the entire club. He stood tall and straight, with an extraordinary temperament, and he looked very elegant and wealthy in a black suit. It's like the son of a rich family. It's hard for her not to notice. Just when Mora looked at Su Hong, the other girls entered a small stage room each and then closed the curtain. For a while, she was soon left alone in the hall. This surprised Mora, knowing that she had to take action immediately, otherwise she would be too noticed, and then she glanced at the small room where Colonel Hendry was. The latter curtain is likewise drawn. After she hesitated a bit, walked directly towards a small stage. Along the way, she turned down several people who tried to invite her. She came to the small stage where Colonel Hendry was just now. Gathering courage, she drew back the curtain. But just now she saw with her own eyes that Colonel Hendry and the others who entered the small stage room had disappeared. Mora was startled, but soon I realized that there must be some kind of secret room here. As long as you find a mechanism, you can open it. Just when she was about to close the curtain, a hand suddenly reached out, grabbed her hand. The person who caught her was none other than Yun. Mora was taken aback, subconsciously wanted to break free, but found that Su Hong was so strong that she couldn't break free at all. The water here is very deep. I advise you not to wade in. When we meet for the first time, I will give you a face-to-face gift. Casually stuffed a check in Mora's bosom. It was a check for $1 million, which was exchanged for the chips he just won. Su Hong didn't pay attention to this small amount of money at all, and it was too much effort to hold it in his hand. Simply give it to Mora. Haven't waited for the latter to react. Su Hong tapped lightly on the latter's head. Telepathy ability activates. The latter's brain suddenly went blank. Then he took the check and walked directly outside the club. No matter who called her around, she ignored it. Soon, Mora was out of the club. Back in Downey's car outside the club. Mora's sudden return made Donnie stunned. Mola, why did you come back so soon? Wait, what are you holding in your hand? Downey took the check in Mora's hand and gave it a random meow. The next second, he was stunned. He first confirmed that this one was indeed a check, and then he confirmed the amount of the check. $1 million. When seeing this number, Downey was stunned. Mola, where did you get this check? This cry finally brought Mola back to God. What check? This is the one you held in your hand just now. You went in for a short while. What happened? You stole this check, didn't you? Mora was taken aback. After taking the check, I immediately remembered what happened in the club just now, as well as Su Hong's words and the picture of the other party stuffing the check in her hand. She doesn't remember what happened next. I just felt suddenly, and I went back to the car. This is Mola's face sank, knowing that Su Hong had done something to her. She still remembered what Su Hong said at the end. The water here is very deep, so you better not wade in it. Su Hong's words convey a lot of information. First of all, Su Hong knows her purpose and the situation of Hellfire Club. He might even know what Colonel Hendry was here for. Looking at the $1 million check in her hand, Mora couldn't help being shocked by Su Hong's generosity. You know, it is 1962. What is the concept of $1 million? This is a huge astronomical sum that even those rich and powerful cannot easily come up with. It is no exaggeration to say that with this sum of money, she can directly realize the freedom of wealth. And why would she be an agent of the CIA? She works just to get a salary and survive. But now, she has a huge sum of money that is enough for her to live comfortably for the rest of her life. As for whether the check is true or false, she knows better than anyone. This check must be true, because it's from Hellfire Club. In the end, what happened? And this check, is it real or not? And how did you get it? The check is real. It was a gift from a man to me. Gift? Who is crazy and will give you so much money? Do you know how much $1 million is? Downey gave me an expression of teasing me. Don't believe Mora at all. It's not that he doesn't trust Mora, but this incident sounds too far-fetched. Among rich people, it is impossible to give away $1 million for no reason. You know, $1 million is not a small amount. In this era, it is an astronomical sum for anyone. Whoever is so generous can give away so much money. Remember that handsome Asian man you saw earlier? Mora said directly. Downey was taken aback. Definitely remember. You don't want to tell me that this check is from him, do you? Downey couldn't believe it. Definitely. Mora nodded. Downey was dumbfounded. So, I advise you to forget what happened just now, or you may really be in trouble. Okay, we should leave. Then what's the mission this time? Mora waved the check. With this money, I don't plan to do it anymore. Definitely. Seeing that you and I have cooperated for many years, this $1 million, I can divide $200,000. Are you serious? Donnie's eyes widened with surprise. $200,000, although only 1/5 of $1 million, is still a huge sum of money. He works in CAI, and his monthly salary is $1,200 for 10 months. As for flowers, $1,200 a month may not seem like much, but in fact, it is considered a high salary. Even those high-level white-collar workers don't have such wages. An ordinary worker earns only $400 or $500 a month, and some low-income groups have lower wages, earning less than $300 a month. $200,000 is worth more than 10 years of a salary. Ordinary people have to make this money, at least for decades. Definitely. How can we say that we have worked together for several years? Am I lying to you? Mola, you really moved me. Don't worry, even if you don't work in CAI. If you need me in the future, I will help you. Donnie said, patted his chest. Although $200,000 is a lot, it is not enough for him to achieve financial freedom. So the work of CAI still needs to be done. If he directly has $1 million, he can consider not doing in CAI. But in the case of $200,000, although it is a huge amount, it is not enough to make him directly rich and free. On the other hand, Mora, with $800,000 is enough for her wealth and freedom, so she doesn't need to stay in CAI anymore. She can even use this money to invest, making her wealth even more. Mora just smiled. Working in CAI is still very stressful. I had no choice before. Now that I have this money, I can really relax myself. As for the tasks, she doesn't plan to do CAI anymore for TM's tasks. What else does she care about? Meanwhile, while Mora and the others were talking, Su Hong has already passed through the mechanism in the small stage and arrived at the secret room of the club. This is the real Hellfire Club. As for the one outside, it's just a cover. The first thing Su Hong saw was the office of the Black Emperor Sebastian Shao. On his desktop, there's still a bunch of confidential documents. Su Hong didn't even take a second look at these things. Instead, he walked directly to the conference room on the other side. The conference room is just behind the bookshelf in front of you. Anyway, Su Hong didn't understand why they set up a secret room and why they set up a secret meeting room in the secret room. Not showing him out in a grand manner is completely superfluous. In the conference room, Black Queen Sebastian Shaw and White Queen Emma Frost are still persuading Colonel Hendry to cooperate with them. Definitely, apart from them in the room, there was also a Latino man with long hair. The man's name is Janos Questi, nicknamed Torrent, and he is a mutant. He is also a member of Hellfire Club, one of Black Emperor Zhao's capable men. Ability is the ability to rotate his body rapidly, which can attract the surrounding objects. At the same time, his bones can produce calcifications. When he rotates rapidly, he releases these calcifications through the skin, and its lethality is comparable to that of missiles. As long as he wants, he can easily create a dragon circle artificially. The destructive power is astonishing. After all, tornadoes are one of the natural disasters. Natural disasters are basically irresistible to humans. This is also the reason for his nickname called Torrent. There were only 4 of them in the room. I'm not begging you, Colonel 727. I'm expressing my expectations, so you want me to say that again? I hope you reconsider what I just said and choose to cooperate with us. But Hendry was obviously not intimidated by Xiao. Even though this is Zhao's territory, his identity has given him enough confidence that he doesn't believe that Xiao dares to touch him. Unless he doesn't want to hang around in Europe or the Federation in the future. The only thing I have to reconsider is whether to have another glass of delicious champagne. As for your proposal, just now, my answer remains the same. Seeing that Hengeli is still not on the road, Xiao knew that he might not be able to make him choose to cooperate with them just by talking. Then, you can only resort to some means. Getting ready to let Emma do it. The door of the conference room was suddenly opened. Someone opened the mechanism of the meeting room. Everyone was taken aback, especially Shaw and Emma. None of them expected that someone would actually touch into the secret room. It doesn't matter if you touch the secret room, but you dare to appear in front of them directly. Are people so arrogant now? With the organ fully opened, a tall Asian man appeared in their sight. It looks quite lively. Xiao was a little taken aback. It's fine that this person broke into their place. After he came in, he was still so indifferent, with a familiar look, which immediately made him angry with Su Hong. He stopped Emma, who was about to make a move. Who are you? Why are you here? You should know where this is. Hellfire Club, I said. And I know, much more than you can imagine, Sebastian Shaw. Su Hong directly said Zhao's full name. This surprised Xiao a little. You know, although there are many people who know him, but definitely not much. Who the hell are you? Let me introduce myself. My name is Su Hong. As for the purpose of coming here, I think the Hellfire Club is pretty good. I plan to incorporate it for fun, start the Third World War or something. It's too low. I think we should take a longer view, for example. Conquering the farthest universe. Isn't this goal better than starting a Third World War or something? Xiao frowned. He didn't understand Su Hong's words at all. So is Emma. Lei Lu had already stood up from the stool, waiting for Zhao's order, ready to strike at any time. And Major Hendry had been messed up by Su Hong's appearance and their conversation. He even wondered for a while whether he had come to a mental hospital, because he felt that Xiao and their spirits were a little abnormal. Multi-universe? I'm sorry, I can't understand your words. It's normal that you don't understand, because you haven't been exposed to this concept. The universe is very big, but have you ever thought about whether the universe is unique and whether there are other universes besides the one we live in? Those present are basically smart people. After Su Hong put aside this concept, they immediately understood what Su Hong meant. You means that you are from another universe. It seems that you are not a fool. Xiao Wenyin smiled. It was the first time anyone dared to speak to him like that. Although surprised by Su Hong's identity, Su Hong's tone made him feel a little uncomfortable. Therefore, he planned to win Su Hong first. Give Emma on the side a look. The latter immediately comprehended and then directly changed into a diamond form, and then activated the telepathy ability. White Queen Emma Ross ability can turn the body into a diamond, making the body as hard as a diamond. In her diamond form, she is immune to telepathy mental abilities. In addition, she also has a powerful telepathy ability. Compared with Charles, it is only weaker. The only downside is that her 2 abilities cannot be used at the same time. Otherwise, she is already comparable to Professor X and Magneto in terms of ability. It's a pity that her 2 abilities cannot be used at the same time. But even so, these two abilities allowed her to successfully squeeze into the first echelon of mutant powerhouses, even at the end. But the first echelon is the first echelon. Even at the end, it is also a symbol of strength. Telepathy's ability activates. From Emma's point of view, controlling Su Hong and reading his memory is easy. But the next second, she froze. Because a telepathy power base that was stronger than her and could even be said to completely crush her, directly crush her. What? Mentally wounded, Emma let out a scream. Subconsciously switched to the diamond form. But even so, she was crushed by the powerful spirit and fell down again and again. A scene that happened suddenly. Both Xiao and Ji Lu were stunned, because such a scene was not what they expected at all. And Henry was dumbfounded. Watching Emma transform into a diamond, he wonders for a moment if they added something to the champagne he just drank. Emma, what's wrong with you? Emma didn't answer Xiao, because she hadn't recovered from the mental shock at this moment. You're the first person who dared to take the initiative to use my spiritual ability on me. For the sake of your ability is not bad. This time, I will only punish you a little. If there is another time, I don't think you will want to know the result. Su Hong's voice made Xiao feel got no answer from Emma. I understand that Su Hong should have the same spiritual ability as Emma. And obviously, Su Hong's ability is more powerful, and it's not just 1.2 or 1.6. Instead, it crushed Emma directly. Make Emma helpless. It turns out that you are the same person as us, so I think we should all sit down and have a talk, friend. Knowing that Su Hong is not easy, Xiao plans to sit down with Su Hong and have a talk. Definitely, the fear of Su Hong in his heart was also pulled to the highest level in an instant. If you want to say what ability he is most afraid of, then the ability in telepathy is definitely the first. But because there is Emma, a super ability user in telepathy ability, by her side, he hadn't worried about this aspect at all before. Unexpectedly, this time, an ability person in telepathy directly came to the door. An ability is much stronger than Emma. This situation, he did not expect, he did not want to see, because this means that he is now a fish on the knife, ready to be slaughtered. Friend, we are not friends now. Su Hong didn't care about the change in Zhao's expression and sat down on the sofa by himself. Henry on the side was full of doubts, completely unaware of what was going on now. You want to be friends with me, so do you know why I'm here? What purpose? Xiao asked. If you know my purpose, then you will never want to be friends with me. Xiao suddenly had a very ugly expression on his face. Su Hong was obviously looking for trouble, but the problem is, he doesn't dare to turn against Su Hong now. Because facing a mutant with telepathy ability like Su Hong, he really has no way to deal with it. The only countermeasure, Emma has failed in front of Su Hong. And Emma, at the moment, has almost recovered. After all, Su Hong didn't intend to kill her, but only slightly punished her. Emma got up from the ground and looked at Su Hong again, already full of fear. Xiao is not a telepathy mutant, so he doesn't know how terrifying a mutant with telepathy ability is. Especially in terms of ability, Su Hong hasn't cheated her by 25 points. Such a person frightened her very much. At that moment, just now, she even thought she was going to die. The feeling of walking on the brink of death is really bad. Emma didn't want to recall that feeling. Seeing Emma's expression, Xiao knew that Emma was temporarily useless. At least in front of Su Hong, she is useless. Then what is your purpose? Unable to turn against Su Hong, Xiao could only suppress his anger and asked with a smile. As for letting the torrent shoot, after knowing that Su Hong's ability is telepathy and it is much stronger than Emma, he hadn't thought about it that way. After all, he is not stupid. If Lulu really dared to make a move, Su Hong would be able to directly control him in the next second, and then Xiaolu would be useless. So it is completely meaningless to let the torrent shoot. What he regrets the most now is that he didn't let the Red Devil Azazel accompany him in the meeting room, but let him go outside to play. Otherwise, he could just let the Red Devil take him out of here. As long as he stays away from here, he doesn't believe that Su Hong can still threaten him. But the current situation is that the Red Devil is not here. Therefore, he could only succumb to Su Hong first. Even if the other party's words make him very upset, He can only endure it first, not to attack. My purpose? To take the Hellfire Club as my own, and let all of you become my subordinates and serve me. This should be my purpose. Xiao almost laughed angrily. The purpose is the purpose. What should be? Does this guy not take him seriously? Sean felt like he was going to explode. If Su Hong hadn't been a powerful telepathy ability user, he swore he would have gone straight to the hand, making him regret coming to this world. Yes, it should. After all, my purpose can change at any time. For me at the moment, it might be an interesting thing to conquer the Hellfire Club, so I'm doing it now. But when I'm bored, I'll switch to something else. Although what Su Hong said was nothing, Xiao felt uncomfortable no matter how he heard it. Even if his raising skills are good, he is about to be blown up at this moment. Then do you think, why do you subdue the Hellfire Club? Just rely on your telepathy ability. Su Hong laughed when he heard this. Who told you that I only have a telepathy ability? Xiao was taken aback by Su Hong's words. If I remember correctly, your ability is to absorb all the energy, then store it in the body, or release it. Actually, I'm quite curious about where your limit is. Why don't we test it? Zhao's face turned pale, and he suddenly had a bad premonition. But wait for his reaction. In the next second, Su Hong stood in front of him like a ghost. He stretched out his hand and directly grabbed his neck with huge amounts of strength, making it impossible for him to break free, even if he absorbed Su Hong's strength and then bounced back. But in the next second, there will be a stronger force from Su Hong's side, making it impossible for him to break free from Su Hong's shackles. This scene stunned Emma and Torrent, and Colonel Hendry's eyes widened even more, with an expression of disbelief on his face. You know, Su Hong was sitting in front of him just now. When did he suddenly appear in front of Xiao? He didn't see it clearly at all. In an instant, Su Hong appeared in front of Xiao. Come on, let me see where your limit is. Su Hong's words fell at the same time. His eyes flushed red. In the next second, two heat-generating rays shot out from his eyes. It shot directly at Zhao's body. With a blazing heat ray, the temperature climbed to 6,000 degrees in an instant. A high temperature of 5,000 degrees is enough to melt everything on the earth. Needless to say, 6,000 degrees. But Zhao's energy is energy-absorbing. Heat is also a type of energy. So the heat energy of the heat ray that Su Hong shot at Xiao was directly absorbed by him. It didn't hurt him for a while, but Xiao also panicked, because he can clearly feel that the energy his body can bear is reaching saturation at an extremely fast speed. He knows very well what will happen once the energy exceeds saturation. Emma, Rapids, and Colonel Hendry had already retreated far away. The reason is simple. Heat ray is too hot. A high temperature of 6,000 degrees. Even at a distance, they can feel the blazing heat. Can feel the skin is burning sensation. That feeling is stronger than Xia Tian's older than you, standing under the 50-degree sun with no clothes on. The sofa in the room even burned directly due to the high temperature of 407. Desks, various books as well. Stop, stop. I submit. I am willing to submit to you from now on. You are my master. I feel that my body is getting closer and closer to the limit, and if I don't stop, I will explode. Xiao Shizhen was frightened by Su Hong. The power of this guy is even more terrifying than he imagined. At this moment, Mei suddenly understood what it means to sit in a well and watch the sky. I also thought of myself just now what a joker I was. He originally thought that his ability was already invincible, but Su Hong made him understand what it means to be strong within yourself. That fiery heat ray, that powerful force that cannot be resisted. This was something he had never encountered before, coupled with Su Hong's powerful telepathy ability. Su Hong is definitely the most powerful ability hunter among all the people he has ever seen, not one of them. The red light dissipated. Su Hong lifted the heat ray. Then he took a breath into the room. Frozen breath activates. The thing that just burned in the room from the heat ray suddenly turned into ice sculptures one by one. What was supposed to be a scorching heat in July suddenly turned into a severe winter in January. Emma and Riptide are fine. Both of them are mutants, although the sudden temperature change Both of them are also uncomfortable, but still bearable. But Hendry, who is an ordinary person, is different. He felt that his whole body was going to be frozen to death.